All right, with the Hebrew Israelites, we come out week in and week out to prophesy the death, downfall, and destruction of America. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash.
We want to give double honors to the apostles and heads of the great millstone of truth, according to the Bible, through the Spirit and power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. We want to give a sincere piece of salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing His word in truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai commanded you to do, so He can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, and you confusion of face, who are scattered amongst the heathen nations, who may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being a so-called Negro, Native American, or Hispanic. Shalom. So we're going to do what we were commanded to do, man, and prophesy the downfall of this bitch, Babylon the Great, man. Let me get Isaiah 13. You know, we have been commanded by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, you see, to come out here and prophesy the destruction of America, man. Because America is going to be destroyed soon come. America is going to be destroyed soon come, man. And the Bible speaks about the destruction of America, and we're going to get right into it.
This is out of the book, Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon.
The burden of Babylon. You see? Not ancient Babylon. It's talking about Babylon the Great. You see? America.
Which Isaiah, the son of Amoz, did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. What is that banner? It's talking about the scriptures, man. You see? It's talking about the scriptures. That's what we lifting up on the high mountain, man. That's what you see the men of Great Millstone doing, you see? The men of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai out there on the highways and byways, week in and week out, in season, out of season, prophesying the death, downfall, and destruction of this so-called white man's society and his way of life, man. You see? His whole power structure is coming down through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Where, bro?
Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
This is what we're doing, man. You see? Shaking the hand that they might go into the gates of the nobles. You see? The men of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai out here on the highways and byways, we kicking up dust, man. You see? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, we're kicking up dust. And these people can't take it. You see? That's why they're trying to come out with all this legislation talking about anti-Semitic laws and all this other BS. Because the truth is coming out. You see? The truth of the matter is that the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, the people that you have enslaved here in Babylon the Great, are the people of the Lord. You see?
If I may say, this morning, on my way to work, I like listening to the radio, mostly like the satellite radio, and sometimes they get into some, sometimes you get some clowns on there, and they talk about some topics. But this dude was on a main topic on how he's starting to see, like, how people are, how, you know, we're bringing out the truth in the matter, that, you know, hey man, this place is coming to a fall. But this guy was talking about how he was getting on hate speech and getting really emotional on about all these things that are going on, you know, and all he wants is basically everybody to come together. But really, what's going on right now is a separation. There's a big separation. What's going on within this world, man?
Yep.
The righteous and the wicked, man.
You see how the scripts flip now. You see, back in the day, Esau wanted to be separated. Now he wants everybody to come together because his kingdom falling, man.
Yep.
You see? Now he want to be, oh, everybody should just come along. You weren't saying that shit 30, 40, 50 years ago. You see? 60, 70 years ago, you weren't saying everybody come together, man. You see? You was at the pinnacle of your power, man. You see, you was reaping those benefits that you had stolen from all over the earth, you know, you see? Now your power structure, you see, your beast system is coming down through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Now you want to come together.
Right.
You see? That's not how it works, Esau.
That's right. Going on to verse 3.
I have commanded my sanctified.
That's separated right there, man. That's separated being that sanctified from all the others, man.
How are we sanctified, man? Through the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father.
Doing bullshit in Vietnam. End of school time.
Oh, I tried to put them all in a twist away, man.
You see? How are we sanctified through the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, the Israelites. You see? That's what makes us sanctified. That's what makes us holy. That's what makes us separate. Because when you go into that word holy, it just means separate. You see?
And not all of Israel either. Is specifically that this message is to, man.
Yep.
The elect of Israel, man.
Because 2/3 got to die and get it in the kingdom, man. They ain't gonna get it on this side.
Exactly, man. They want to take part of that we as a people, man.
Yeah, fuck all that.
No. Continue going.
I have commanded my sanctified ones.
Israelites, the elect of the nation of Israel.
I have also called my mighty ones.
The angels.
For mine anger.
Yep.
Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Them that rejoice in his highness. Who is that, man? You see the men you see out here on the highways and byways, week in and week out. You see? The angels who rejoice in the highness of Yahweh Shem Yahushua each and every day, each second of the day, man. You see? We're the ones rejoicing in the Most High's highness, you see? You see? We're the ones rejoicing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua's highness. You see? All Israel ain't out here on the highways and byways, man. It's Friday. These niggas getting ready to go to the club, man. You see? These niggas get ready to go to the club and do some goddamn wickedness tonight, man. You see? But the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are making their bodies that living sacrifice for their Heavenly Father.
Just like
man.
I said.
You see?
Continue going. It says going on. Verse 4.
The noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdom of nations gathered together.
All nations are about to gather together for what, man? World War III, you see? And ultimately, to destroy Babylon the Great, man. You see? That's what it's coming down to, man. You see? America is at its end, man. You see? America is done for, man.
The Most High of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
The Most High mustereth the host of the battle, you see? So all these countries are gathering together in the Middle East. That's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see? The one you ignorantly call God, he's gathering those nations in the Middle East for the ultimate battle, man. You see? The battle of Armageddon, man. Yes, sir.
I was gonna say, yeah, the valley's even named Yahweh Shaphat.
Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, man. You see? That's what's coming to the earth, man. Ain't no peace coming to this place, man. So where are you people getting peace from, man? You're getting that shit from Esau, you see?
Because you know why? Because they you know, truth of the matter, man. Hey, man, you could ask any average Joe what's going on in the world right now. And the reason why they're trying to say peace, because they want a piece of this, man. This truth is only meant for the elect of Yasharallah, man. Not for everybody. I'm going to continue going on verse 5.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Most High, and the weapons of his indignation.
What's the weapons of his indignation, man? The ICBMs, you see? The ICBMs, the thermonuclear missiles, man, are the weapons of the Most High's indignation. That's going to rain down. 200 million thermonuclear warheads are going to rain down upon this place, man. You see? That's the end all be all of America, man. You see? All you people walking around here in oblivion, man, you're gonna be burnt the fuck up when those missiles start falling, man.
That's right.
You see? Thermal destruction is coming to America, man. And you people gonna be cut out here in it. You see? Because salvation is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. You see?
Yeah, not even the whole nation.
Exactly. You see? 2/3 gonna be cut out here in it, man.
So it makes the evil think he has any place.
Exactly.
To destroy the whole land. Hail ye for the day of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is our hand.
How ye for the dead, how about Shem Yahushai of their hand?
And that just goes to show, man, this ain't the time for peace and peace. This is the time for howling. This ain't the time for giving into marriage and this, that, and the third. Let me grab that precept too, real quick. Let's have to grab this first.
See? Because you people have the wrong idea of what these scriptures say, man. You see? You think these scriptures are all about love and peace. You see? It has that in it, but that's not all that's in it, man. You want to redo?
Like that, if you don't mind me saying real quick, you know, before there be peace, there must be war, man.
There's a time for everything on this, man. And this is a time of war right now.
This is Luke 17 and verse 24. For as the lightning that lighteneth out of one part of heaven under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his days. But first he must suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man.
Meaning what? You see? Just take this pen around, bro. You see all this shit going on? The same thing as in the days of Noah, man. You see? Noah's out there 120 years. Behind the death, downfall, and destruction of where he was living, man. You see? Telling the people what was coming to the place. What did they do? Ignore him, man. While Noah was out there building the ark, they was out here partying and bullshit, man, as you see these people do today. That's what it means as in the days of Noah. See?
Going on, it says, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
To the day, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And it's funny, man, because I can see these motherfuckers right now trying to run and grab one of the elect men while they get beaten up. Please take me with you. Man, get the fuck off me, man. You see? That's what's coming, man. You people about to be caught out here unawares, man. With your pants down, ass out. You see? No protection at all, man. Especially if you're a so-called Negro, Native American, or Hispanic, man.
It says, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
See, and that's how the fire gonna come, man. Out of nowhere. The flood came and destroyed them all, man. Noah had been preaching 120 years, man. Prophesying that rain was gonna come from the sky. Water's gonna come from the sky. Hey, y'all need to turn back and repent. Water's gonna come from the sky. They didn't believe him. It started to rain. What did Noah do? He got his ass in the ark and closed the door, man. That's a lot. The Most High closed the door, you see? And destroyed everybody that was living besides Noah and his family, man.
This is going on verse 27, 28. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all.
See? It rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all, man. Because Lot tried to warn his sons-in-laws, man. The Most High was about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, and they didn't take heed. You see? And that's the same thing we're doing out here on the highways and byways, week in and week out, man. Giving you warning from the Heavenly Father, man. Being the watchman, blowing the trumpet. You see? Letting you people know that death and destruction is coming to America. But what do you people do? You mocking, you scoffing, you keep walking up the street. You see? So we're not going to have no pity for you in that time of the Most High's wrath, man. You see? While you dropping dead out here, we're going to be stepping over your ass, keeping it moving, man. You see? especially if you're a so-called Negro, Native American, and Hispanic, man.
Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed.
That goes perfectly with that's the spirit. That goes perfectly with what you just read, bro.
This is 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night.
See? Just as in the time of Noah, man. They was out here partying and bullshit and it started raining. Just as in the time of Lot. They was out there committing wickedness in Sodom and Gomorrah, and fire and brimstone came down. Just like then, this time right here, the day of the Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night, man. Meaning you're not gonna be aware of when it's gonna happen, man. That's why Yahushua said, no man knows the time of the hour. You see? It's only in the Heavenly Father's hand on when He's gonna unleash his wrath upon this place, man.
I'm gonna jump up one step real quick just to get this little part out of there.
The Most High is not slack concerning His promise. Verse 10. But the day of the Most High will come as the thief in the night.
It shall come as a thief in the night, meaning you're gonna be caught unawares, man. Because when a thief breaks into your house, he don't call you up like, hey man, I'm coming over about 4:30 in the morning, just to let you know, give you a heads up, so you hear something in the house, it's just me. You know? A thief don't do that, man. He come get your shit. You know what I'm saying? He'll watch your crib. You know what I'm saying? He see you and your wife leave. Then when y'all leave, man, he up in your shit, stealing your shit, man. You see? When you come back, you're like, what the fuck happened? That's how it's gonna be in the day of the Lord, man. You're gonna be caught unawares.
Going on. And the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements shall melt with a fervent heat. How is that gonna happen? By way of ICBMs, man.
What's happening?
If you got any questions, you could just.
Huh?
You got any questions?
I'm good. What's up? Hebrews?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So are you.
Huh?
So are you.
Who am I?
No, I said, so are you.
Hebrews?
You're committing a grave sin too by doing what you're doing and all that witchcraft. You know that, right? You know that, right?
Huh?
Witchcraft is as a sin of rebellion.
So what?
Witchcraft is as a sin of rebellion. You should get away from that.
Witchcraft is a sin.
You should get away from that. It's all on you, bro. You should get away from that.
Rebellion? Yeah.
Get away from that. It's your spirit.
Yeah.
Gonna continue going on. Yeah, if you got any questions, you can just
You got questions, bro?
Huh?
You got a question? You got questions?
Yeah, how y'all figure that out though?
What you mean?
Walked over here.
Figure what
Because the
out?
spirit beareth witness.
Yeah, what does it say?
Well,
I just told you what it
the reason
said.
Why, you know, you said you've been out here. You said you've been out here and you've seen us,
seen
but
y'all
you
before
continue
over
walking
there.
in that rebellious spirit, man.
Huh?
But you're out here to see us now, you know. So now is the time to ask questions. You know, we're talking about the judgment right now, man. 200 million nuclear missiles are coming to America. All right, so you could either continue rebelling against the Most High,
Yeah.
all right, or you could turn back to your power, which is our power.
That main question could be said, where are you?
Yeah,
where are
I'm messing
you?
up. I'm rebellious. I'm out here thieving and stuff like that.
Well,
I need to survive.
which going back to where the brother was, you should be right here doing this work.
Yeah, you right.
And Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
That's what he wants me to do. That's
Do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting into, man.
Who is how
It's
long you aside?
That's the Heavenly Father, man. The power of Israel. The God of Israel. Yahweh.
Oh, for real? I know somebody named Shai too. And look, I be dealing with this drugs, and it makes me be able to see in the other dimensions and hearing the other.
Which is like wait. I just said that. Witchcraft.
The guy that dimension's name is Shai.
Witchcraft.
He goes by Shai.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Only the Heavenly Father knows when He's gonna bring this thermonuclear fire upon this place, man. Just as in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, this place is gonna be lit the fuck up.
Yeah.
You see?
But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
And you see, that's how the Spirit works. This brother just read that same thing. You see?
Call out of Luke.
See? That's the Spirit here, bro. I'll read that, bro.
going on. We'll go back up to verse 10.
Yeah.
But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night,
Will come as a thief in the night. Man, you're gonna be caught unawares, man. Go ahead.
in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise,
Yep.
and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. You see, everything out here is made of elements. You see? The elements shall melt with fervent heat. Everything around you,
including mankind.
including
God.
people. Human bodies are made of elements. These buildings are made of elements. These trees are made of elements. This fucking pavement here is made of elements. All this shit is gonna be melted by this thermonuclear fire, man. The elements shall be melted with fervent heat. That means everything you see around you is gonna be destroyed, man. Ain't gonna be shit standing when when this destruction comes, man.
That's the job of ICBM, man. That's the job of a nuclear missile.
That's what the Most High created them for. Hey, can somebody grab the idea 54 and 16?
God, I got it.
Let me grab this preset. Let me grab that.
Yeah. You want to go down to 12?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to continue going on verse 10, finish it off, so quick to go down. It says,
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
Yep.
See,
The works that are therein shall be burnt up. You see, like I said, man, everything you see around you is gonna be burnt up, man. You see? Because the Most High is not fucking playing no games out here, man. Just as he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and that shit is a desolate wilderness. That's the same thing that's gonna happen here in Babylon the Great. Go ahead, bro.
seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation?
All holy conversation, man. Meaning carrying yourself as a man of the Lord to the best of your ability, man. Walking in the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai to the best of your ability. You see? Doing the things the Most High told you to do to the best of your ability, man. You see? Having that holy conversation. You see? Coming out here on the highways and byways, making your sit downs, man. You see? That's that holy conversation because we know how this place is going to end, man. We know that thermonuclear fire is going to rain down upon this place, man. Go ahead.
Be in all holy conversation and godliness,
Come on.
looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh.
Come on. Looking to and hastening the coming of the
That's what
day
that Bible says.
of Yahweh.
That Bible says that.
yeah,
What kind of Bible is that?
no, Yahweh means power.
Okay.
So,
he said
so
Yahweh
when it comes down to when it comes down to God, God breaks down the power.
Yeah.
In the Hebrew, in the Paleo Hebrew, it breaks down as Yahweh.
And what you got to understand, bro, is the Bible wasn't written in English.
Nah.
It was written in Paleo Hebrew and the Greek, and they translated that to Latin. They translated that to the English.
Okay.
All right. So what you have was like if you go get a New King James, it'll say the word Jesus. Now that name Jesus,
Jesus is
it
American.
started as Yahweh Shai.
Okay.
The Greek would be Jesus.
So you say
Okay.
Jesus is Yahweh Shai? Yahweh Shai?
Yahweh Shai.
Or is
His,
God
name,
and Jesus
his true
different?
name
or
is
the same
Yahweh Shai.
person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Two different beings.
Yeah.
But who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, his true name is Yahweh Shai. All right, that name Yahweh Shai got translated to the Greek.
So
All
he
right,
would be the son and not the father?
Yes.
What's the
Now
father's
listen
name
up,
then?
listen up. Hold on, slow down, listen up.
Yeah.
All right, the Greek way of saying Jesus would have been Iesus, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a Greek. So they translated that Iesus to English, and so Jesus, it really don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
There's only if you don't call upon the names of Yahweh by Shem Shai, you will not receive salvation.
Yeah.
There's no prayers being heard in those names. But the God, Yahweh, all right, the word God actually just means power, but when you see the word Lord in all caps throughout the scriptures, that word goes back to Yahweh. That was the original text that was right there, Yahweh. All right, these Bibles, they don't have no J's. All right, it doesn't say Yahweh Shai, but it don't got no J's, so it actually says Iesus.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Like the brother was talking about, man. This man right here. Everybody ignorantly praises this man right here, man.
Yeah. That's not how the Messiah described in the scriptures. He don't look nothing like that.
Yeah.
He look like a so-called Negro.
Starting off on Revelations 1 through 13 and going down, man. And you can look this man up right here. His name is Cesare Borgia. Yeah. Looking for the hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh.
That's what we're doing, man. We hasten the coming of the day of our Lord, man, Yahweh Shah, you see? Because we want to get the fuck up out of this place, man. We don't want to be up under the rule of these Edomites anymore, man, you see? So we want to receive salvation. And how about Shem Shah willing? We will, man, you see? And we continue to do what he commanded us to do. Go ahead, bro.
Wherein the heavens being on fire.
The heavens being on fire. How is that going to happen, man? By ICBMs, thermonuclear missiles, man. You see? I'm going to rain down here upon Babylon the Great.
Yeah. The heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What is that fervent heat? That thermonuclear fire, man. You see?
This is verse 6 out of Isaiah 13. How ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand.
How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. You see? Go ahead, bro.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
It shall destruction from the Almighty. Is that what we just read in 2 Peter, man? You see? The destruction is coming to America, you see? By way of thermonuclear fire, man. ICBMs.
That's right.
You see? Go ahead, bro.
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
See, all hands gonna be fake. Because when you see the missiles start to come, man, people ain't gonna have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, man. You ain't have nowhere to go. You ain't gonna have no hope that day, man. That's why your hands gonna be faint and your heart's gonna melt.
Scared at a point where your heart feels like it drops in your stomach for a minute. Hey man, this is gonna be like 100 times, man.
Shit might actually fall out of their ass.
Hey man, they say that so many people could end up dying, being in a state of fear.
That says in the scriptures, man. Men's heart are coming upon the earth.
It says going on. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them, and they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Yeah, man, because you people ain't gonna have no hope. When you see these missiles start to fall, man, you're gonna be holding your fucking stomach like, why God this and why God that? We've been telling you, man. We telling you that it's coming before it's come, man.
And if I may say, in order for them to get to the missiles, they got to go through the famine, they got to go through the pestilence, they got to go through the race wars, they got to go through martial law. So like the brother said, by the time they get to the missiles, this is all hope is lost.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Right, that's why a lot of people try to ask, oh, well, when is this going to happen, you know?
Like
Con.
no man knows the time of the hour.
Exactly, but through the scriptures, man, it has prophecy.
Yeah, son.
And that's
And you can tell that season we're in right now is getting closer and closer.
and that's why they say they shall seek death and shall not find it. Because to make it through all that just to get to the nukes, you're gonna want to die before those nukes hit.
Alright, so I'm out.
Remember, they shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Or that flames breaks down to wonders. Oh, Slakia. Faces of flames. Slakia.
See, that face gonna be in flames. How's that gonna happen, man? Thermonuclear missiles, man. ICBMs. Nuclear warheads, man. You see?
That was done. You want to go down to 10? Come. Behold, the day of the Most High, Yahweh, cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate.
To lay the land desolate, man. How is that gonna happen, man? We read it in 2 Peter. You see? The elements shall melt with fervent heat. It's the scripture's telling you how it's gonna happen, man. You see? By those missiles that's gonna be shot off by all these different countries. You see? Over here on Babylon the Great, man. That's how it's gonna be left desolate, man.
And they have a lot of movies too that show what like for instance, like the Planet of the Apes, man. What that dude ended up seeing was that Statue of Liberty. But how did he get there? Is through a desert, man. It was through a desert on a horse. And that one quote that he said inside that they really did it. It really happened. Roughly just paraphrasing from that movie, but.
This is Joel 3:15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall wither their shining.
See? How is that gonna happen, man? By those smoke pillars, that's gonna be caused by these thermonuclear missiles, man.
It says, Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion,
Yahweh shall roar out of Zion,
and utter his voice from Jerusalem.
utter his voice from Jerusalem, you see?
And the heavens and the earth shall quake, but Yahweh will be the hope of his people.
You see, the earth and the heavens shall quake. How is that gonna happen, man? By thermonuclear missiles, man. You see? The scriptures let you know what's up, man. The Most High has let his people know what's about to happen, man. You see? And the elect, the hopeful elect of Yahweh shall taking heed. You see? That's why it says, Yahweh shall be the hope of his people, man. What people is he talking about? He's talking about the 144,000 and 1/3, man. You see?
And the strength of the children of Israel.
Oh, and the strength of the who? Children of Israel.
Let me jump to verse 19, brother. Verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation.
Egypt shall be a desolation. If you go to Revelation 11 and 8, it tells you the place, this place shall be called spiritually Sodom in Egypt, man.
Con the brother, get his name, the brother out of the elder. One of the elders did a video, man, and it was showing all the different places in America that they refer to as Egypt. And there was all kind of places in there, but you know, as you go on, man, it further expounds upon it. It says, for the violence against the children, Salaki, Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, you so-called white people, who are the biblical Edomites.
That's right. For the violence against the children of Yahweh, Judah.
You see, the children of Israel, that means all 12 tribes, man. It wasn't just the southern kingdom, it was all 12 tribes. Started with the Native Americans, and then you're going to get the southern kingdom, the so-called Negroes from the west coast of Africa, man.
Going on, it says, because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. And the scriptures tell you that if blood is spilled in the land, it can only be cleansed by the ones who spilled it, man. You see? So you Edomites have to pay for all the bloodshed you have spilled in this land, man.
And Yahweh, Judah, shall dwell forever.
Yep.
And Jerusalem from generation to generation.
Because when this place is destroyed, man, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established, and we're going to be perfect in the kingdom, man. You see? And what does that lead to? Immortality, man. You see? Because the wages of sin is death, man.
Oh, man, let me get it. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed.
You see? He will cleanse their blood that he has not cleansed. You see? Because we're in a corrupt state right now, man. You see? But once this place is destroyed, and Yahweh shall willing, we're beating up on those chariots, man. We're going to receive new bodies and have the law, statutes, and commandments written in our inward part, man. You see, causing us to be immortal because we will never go off again. We won't ever break a law, statute, and commandment of Yahweh again, man. You see?
For Yahweh dwelleth in Zion.
For Yahweh dwelleth in Zion, you see? For the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics.
Stop charging. I'll take this off.
Is the charger broken?
No, this is what I was using out the way.
Might not be plugged in all the way or something.
For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
It's read in Joel chapter 3, man. The stars of heaven and the constellations shall not give their light. Why is that, man? From those mushroom clouds that's going to block out the sun, man. You see? You got to imagine all those missiles falling down upon this place and all that fire and all these things being set on fire, man. You see? That's going to cause clouds of smoke, man. That's gonna block out the sun. That's gonna block out everything in the heaven. You see? Go ahead, bro.
You gotta really think about it too. When that ends up happening, man, hey man, everything gets shut down. The power, so your daily lights that you have on, within your house, in your car, those things aren't gonna be working anymore.
Oh man, that shit gonna be on fire. That's what I'm talking about. This is fall.
So you just gotta think about just pure blackness, man.
This one don't really matter though as much.
Alright, Slakia. Pure dark. Walking in a room that's just pure dark, man. Shit, and all you're gonna hear is screams and curdles, man. Curdling
It
screams.
usually dies.
It's gonna be on fire.
What's going on? The sun shall be darkened, and his going forth,
Slakia.
and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
See, ain't nothing, hey man, you ain't like, everything is gonna be blacked out by that smoke of those thermonuclear missiles, man. You see, the sun is still gonna rise in the east and set over here in the west. But if you were to be down here after those missiles hit, you wouldn't be able to see the sun, man.
You ain't gonna tell what day.
You see, you wouldn't be able to know. That's how much smoke is gonna rise in this place, man. Is it dead, bro?
No, it's just the charger isn't working. It's alright, brother. Keep going. It ain't dead.
That was 10.
Feels like it ain't plugging in.
And I will punish the world for their evils.
And that's why that's why this judgment is coming, man, because you people are living
Just keep an eye on
as
that.
they did in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You see?
Yeah, this one. I mean, this one. It makes it through it
You
sometimes.
see, you people are living. You people claim to be God-fearing people. You people claim to be the Bible. You claim the Bible is the law of the land. You see, so when you said that and opened these scriptures up and tried to apply it to yourself, you came up under
Esau's too damn
the
much,
judgments
man.
of the
Just
Bible,
died.
man. You see, so because you people know what's written in the scriptures and you go against it.
Yeah, they go contrary. And it's funny too because a lot of people end up like hearing that dude on the radio, man. End up getting into his emotions, man, and really sound like a bitch, man. Sound like a woman when it came down to it. Hey man, these words are made plain, man. These words are already written to be what they are and what's to come, man.
You people took the scriptures and said, you basically said you're gonna follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And you people do the exact opposite, man. That's why you have homos can get married in all 50 states. This is why you got transgenders and transvestites and all types of shit walking around here in Babylon the Great, man. And you're gonna be judged for it, man.
That's right.
Selling all types of abominable foods, you see? Blaspheming the name of Yahweh, blaspheming the name of Yahweh Shai, you see?
You know what's funny too? I might as well pull out a point. You got to think. If you're seeing like an old man now, just imagine being, him in the time that he was. He's never probably even seen a transgender, or necessarily, a damn man that's trying to dress up as a woman.
Damn transvestite.
And now you starting to see these younger kids and these transgenders and these homosexuality, man, it's at an all-time high within their within these young ones, man.
That shit is commonplace here in Babylon today, man.
See? So you just imagine, man, hey, down the road,
seeing the transvestite in Babylon, man, it's like seeing chemtrails in the air, man. You see? You're gonna see chemtrails every day. You're gonna see these transvestites and faggots each and every day, man, because the so-called white man promotes that bullshit, man. You see? These Edomites promote that faggotry, man. Faggotry, is that a word? Faggotry?
Ultimately, it's folly and vanity. Because what they're saying is if we condone one sin, we condone them all. Like the brother said, they condone GMOs, which means they condone transsexuality, which is all vanity and vexation to the spirit.
What's going on? It says on verse 11.
And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity.
See, that goes into your sins, man. How you gonna be? Why are you gonna be punished, man? Because you took this book and said, this is our book. We're the people of the Lord. So now what? You're going to be judged according to the book, man. You see? When you people said that the Bible was the law of the land, that you were God-fearing people, you basically said you're going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And you don't do it, man. So you're going to be punished. That's why Babylon the Great, Americans, is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles.
Going on. And I will cause
Arrogancy. Yep.
I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
The Most High said He's going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. All you people walking around here with your nose in the air, as if you doing the fuck you want to do. You see? Your opinion matters. You always got to say some shit. You see? You got to be heard. You see? Thinking nothing can touch you. Thinking this kingdom is gonna last forever. The Most High gonna cause that shit to cease, man.
Hey man, it's funny too because I was getting on the topic with this dude at work about social media and you know just basically just social media, how people perceive themselves to be on the internet as anything they want, and it's funny because these people, shit man. Truly, they're ignorant and stupid, man. On what's going on? What's going on?
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
The Most High said He's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. What man is He talking about? He's talking about a man of the elect, you see? A man of the Lord, a man of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You see? We're going to be Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai willing. We are those men. We're going to be more precious than fine gold, man. You see? You're going to have bitches trying to bust the door down to get with a man of the Lord, man, because we know why these things are going on. That's why Isaiah 33:6 tells you that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is his treasure, man. You see? You see? So when all hell breaks loose out here in Babylon the Great, we not going to be running around with chickens with our heads cut off, confused of why this stuff is going on. We have been warned, you see, by the Heavenly Father, by way of the men that He set up to teach us, you see, through His Holy Spirit. So when all hell breaks loose, we're going to be good out here, man. They riding in the streets. Police are just shooting people down. Nigga, we told you what was going to happen.
What is that one scripture? Just roughly paraphrasing, 3 women won't take hold of one man.
Yep. I'll get it for one.
Con. So, yay, man. Hey, you people that hold your nose up high and walk all proud, hey, that's fine, man. Walk proud as high as you could be, because you know what's funny? The higher they are, the harder they fall, man. And right now, these men that are pushing this truth and sincerity are putting forth that light, man. In that time of trouble, shit, man, you'd be hoping that you find that light again. What's going on?
It says, even a man, then the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her.
And how is going back to those missiles, man? Thermonuclear missiles are going to rain upon America, man. That's how the earth is going to be shaken out of its place. You see? What else is going to shake the earth out of its place, man? You see? The Most High, grab me Isaiah 54 and 16.
Says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire.
I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire. What is that talking about? Those German scientists who came up with that technology of the ICBM missile, man, of the thermonuclear missile, man. You see? The Most High gave these Edomites that power, man. You see? The Most High put that those blueprints of how to make this fucking weaponry in the mind of these Edomites, man. You see?
Hey man, the Most High has already pre-written this story, man. And this story, it's hey man, it's happening. It's unfolding quicker and quicker. To what? To that one day. That one day where hey, going back real quick, it says, therefore I will shake the heavens and the earth shall remove out of her place. So yeah, to that day where these thermonuclear missiles are gonna hit, man.
That's and that Isaiah 54:16 gonna tell you what he allowed them to create, man. Go ahead, bro.
And what was that? I forgot what scripture it was too. It talks about the earth will be shake to and fro.
Isaiah
like
24:19 through 21.
Hey man, that's what's gonna happen, man. So it's going
you should,
on.
grab the one after this one.
Isaiah 24?
Yeah, and start at 19.
Okay. What says going on.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
See, the instrument for his work. Whose work, man? The Most High's work. What is his work? To destroy Babylon the Great, man. Just as he destroyed every other major empire on the earth, man. You see? They had their time to rule. When their time came to an end, the Most High put another empire up and allowed them to rule for a certain time, man. They ain't no different with Babylon the Great, man. You see? This place has an expiration date on it. You see? It's about to expire real soon by way of thermonuclear missiles, man.
And it's Isaiah 24:19.
The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is removed, moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard.
See? The earth is real to and fro like a drunkard, man. I was watching the video, and it says that in World War, I think it's World War II, 5 megatons of explosives was used that whole war. Let's say 5 megatons is in one warhead, man. You see? So as much explosives and gunpowder that, well, whatever was used during the time of World War II, that's in one nuclear warhead, man. You see? And they're even stronger than that.
Hey, you gotta really think about it too. There's this show on Netflix, and I think it's called Major Disasters in America, I think. And I don't know, but there's one episode or show that talks about earthquakes. Now earthquakes, man, fuck, hey man, you have no control. But earthquakes destroy, man, everything starts crumbling, man. And you gotta picture that while you're reading this, and understand that, hey, when those nukes hit, that's what's gonna happen, man.
It's gonna cause earthquakes, man. 200 million thermonuclear warheads falling upon this place, man. Megatons upon megatons upon megatons. You see, of destruction happening, man.
They say when tsunamis happen, it's because of those tectonic plates wrote together.
And that comes from you motherfuckers taking the oil out of the earth, man.
You got to think about it when a bomb hits, man. Oh, man. Hey, man, those things are gonna start freaking moving. Hey, at an all-time high, man. Probably even more than the highest recording record of an earthquake ever before. You got to think about just one of those tectonic plates just moving and causing an earthquake. Just think about all of them.
So I said the earth shall be moved to and fro like a drunkard, man. See, go ahead, bro.
It says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard.
Reel to and fro like a drunkard. What do you see a drunk man doing when he done had too much to drink, man? He wobbling back and forth in the street, man. The Most High saying that's how the earth is gonna be moving, man. It's gonna be moving back and forth. Now what is strong enough to do that, man? You see? If 200 million thermonuclear missiles are gonna fall down upon this place, and they're gonna hit all over the earth.
What?
But the main concentration of destruction is gonna happen here in America, man.
Going on. And shall be removed like a cottage.
Oh man, I started thinking about like Lincoln Logs when I was little, man. Putting that shit on a table and shit, just moving it real hard. You seen those logs just start coming, man. Going on. It says, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
See? So the most High is about to cast this fucking place down, man. For all the sin and all the wickedness that's going on in this place, man. You see, the judgment of America is fire, man. You see?
Because they want to build their buildings like their nose in the air, man. Fuck, man. Come on, Isaiah. So I forgot where I was at last time. Yeah, I'm still looking for where I left off. Oh, 13, huh? 13.
Yeah, man. This is the judgment that's coming to America, man.
I wanted to get this. It said, Edom shall fall and not rise again. This is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we shall return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of armies. They shall build, but I will throw down.
They shall build and I will throw down, you see? This kingdom right here is going to be thrown down by the Heavenly Father, man. You see?
And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
This is how we know who the wicked is, man. The Most High clearly tells you that Esau Edom shall be called the border of wickedness. That's how we know you goddamn crackers are the Edomites, man.
That's right.
You see? Ain't no getting around it, man. The scriptures say what they say. You see? Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah 13:13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. In the earth, in the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. There shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
What is that talking about, man? All these fucking heathen that dwell here in Babylon the Great that came over here to get rich. Them like, man, fuck this, man. We going back to the homeland, you see? All these different people you see, these goddamn boots, these goddamn shit-eating Africans, they gonna take their ass back to where they were born at, man. You see, back to Africa, back to China, back to Japan, man. You see?
You know what happens a lot of times when those scriptures be brought out? It's like, oh, well, why don't we just move? You know, move just to Europe or something. And just avoid that. Hey, man.
At the end of the day, you can't escape the judgment.
Yeah, you can't escape that judgment. And that judgment's going to be casted out in Europe too, man.
It's starting to come down.
I dropped that umbrella, brother.
Time.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were gonna have time, so that's why I ran. Yeah.
Also, the Spirit, I literally did a lesson off of Isaiah 54 and 17 today.
Brother, you mind grabbing 1 Samuel 2?
Yeah, it's the cold rain.
You mind grabbing Ecclesiastes? 1 Samuel 2:6-7. Yeah, if you get John 15:7. I'll let you know what it's Oh, yeah? Yeah,
1 Samuel chapter 6. Oh, shit. 1 Samuel 2:6. Yahweh killeth and maketh alive, down to the grave and bringeth up.
Okay. Right there. Hey, man. How does it all, man? You people think that, you know, when judgment is cast down, somebody dies. Hey, man, why this?
He went before his time.
You know? But truly, hey, man, like we're recapping on the brother's lesson earlier. Hey, man, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the author of the scripture, man. So hey, man, he killeth and he maketh alive.
Verse 7, Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up.
He maketh poor and he maketh rich. So you know, you gotta understand that hey man, that flip of the plate is starting to turn, man. Israel fell off and was put into slavery, man. And now you're starting to see the flip of the plate, man. Now Esau is coming down. See right there, man. Be slipping, man.
Spirit, brother, get down.
Love y'all about your
All up on his back, man.
That flip of the plate, man. You be slipping, man.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So he's the author of this. You know, you people walk around thinking that you have self-will, man. Hey, there's no self-will. Hey, man, if you're doing wickedness, hey, Most High put that spirit upon you to do so. If you're doing this will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he put that spirit on you to do so. For what? For the elect's sake, man. For the return of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Just like you said. Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way?
Hey, you ask somebody about their natural, you know, why
Man,
they
I do what the fuck I want to do.
or they end up getting a little bit of judgment. They get into trouble, right?
Yeah.
And, all right, they end up either you know, doing some time or something.
That's when they call the Lord.
Yeah, hey man, that's the cause of most High doing what he's doing, man. What he told you to do. And when it comes down to it, you ask, I don't know why I didn't. A lot of incidents that happened. What was it? That one cop that killed his own family. I forgot where it was at, man, but it was on the news. And on the news was talking about this cop that killed his whole family. And he was in the courthouse, and they asked him, "Why did you do it?" And he couldn't even answer that question. He's like, "I have no idea." Come on, man.
Like when Chris Benoit killed his family, man. That's right. Yeah, we want to grab.
Con, did you get 6 and 7?
Yeah.
Con, do you mind holding that off? And then you mind getting Ecclesiastes?
And you had Garhold in John 15 and 7, right? You had Garhold in John 15 and 7?
Yeah.
You want me to grab that? You want me to grab that?
This brother, grab this real quick. And then I want you to recap on that 1 Samuel game. Just hold it, and we'll go recap on it real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it.
12 and Slakia 15. That was a good one too.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 7, 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments.
For power, the Almighty, man, that controls all, man. That bringeth forth life and death, man. Hey, man, that's a true power right there. Most people praise this image of Cesare Borgia, man. The world ignorantly praises this man. I'm believing this is their power. This is their salvation. This is who they pray to, man. And that thing can't do shit.
And honestly, people get it messed up when that's into the image of Yahweh Shah that we portray, saying that we worship that image. That's just a depiction. We worship the name Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that being the title, the reputation. We worship the actual spirit, the being of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We don't worship the image, and that's why one of the commandments is make no graven image of anything in heaven above, or in earth beneath, or in the sea below.
Because image, man, you make an image with your fucking hands. See, that's vanity, man.
And then the second part of that is make not worship of that image. So like the elder Yasharamba was going into, yeah, you can have a picture of Yahweh Shai in your house. You can have different pictures of people, but you're not supposed to be worshiping that picture.
Don't bow down to the shit.
Don't bow down to the picture.
Because that ain't even what Yahweh Shai look like. It's just a closer image of what he would actually look like in this motherfucker here.
And it's the story of Gideon after he won his battle.
Okay, and they
what was it, an ephod?
Yeah.
And in the spirit, and they started worshiping the ephod, and Gideon eventually started worshiping his beauty. But the original meaning of the ephod was to worship Yahweh, the power that actually bestowed them the victory that day. But then people got it twisted and started worshiping the idol, worshiping the image.
It's like when they came out of Egypt, man.
God.
Golden calves, man. Oh, you seen all these work, you motherfuckers saw the chariots and everything the Most High did for you. And you to my make us a golden calf. This who brought us up out of Egypt. Nigga, where? Where was the golden calf leading you up out of Egypt, man? Come on, man.
Hey, and that's what caused us to be in this captivity we are today.
Yep,
that's what brought us to this lowest state that we are today. That's what brought us to being poor, and now you're starting to see that flip of the plate, man.
And that's why there was a whole letter written to the Israelites in the Babylonian captivity by Baruch, man. Telling you, when you go amongst these people, they're gonna be worshiping all these false idols. They are no gods. Don't worship them. Don't follow in their ways, man, because we have one power, and that's Yahweh, by Shemi Hawashai, man.
And that's why Yahweh Shai said, go not unto the Samaritans. Because at that time, there were heathens worshiping in that land.
That was like the scripture said, man, that was commanded.
Or Sumerians.
And what happens when you break the commandments of the Most High, man? Your judgment. Your judgment of death, man.
Remember that nigga that was Eglon? He was just sitting on the bus.
No, that's what
He was. That nigga that was like, fuck these niggas ain't no Israelites.
Don't worry about it, my son.
This brother gave precept.
I got two actually.
He's been walking past the cap doing that for that reason.
Understand is these scriptures were written for a reason, man. These scriptures hold all sorts of different examples of both mercy and wrath, man. This is 2 Peter 2 and 4. Salaki, I'm gonna jump down to verse 6. And turning the cities of Gomorrah unto ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly.
Plain as can be, man. So if you want to follow, in that Sodom and Gomorrah spirit, man. Hey, man, you gotta pay the piper, man. You gotta be part of that soot, that ash, man, into that destruction.
Let me grab one more step, brother.
And I'm gonna have this brother grab, go back into Ecclesiastes. I'll have that brother grab John.
This is Hebrews 6 and 13. For when Yahweh made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he sware by himself. Surely, surely, blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thee. And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. Going up to verse 12. Actually, let's get on that, man. Just showing you the example of Abraham. All right, so we have these examples of endurance and these examples of wickedness, man. Which one receives wrath and one receives mercy.
Being that Sodom and Gomorrah spirits that you're walking around today, and that Abraham spirit that you should be striving to be in. Do you mind grabbing Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 again? That brother grab.
I got that, John.
Got that, John.
This is Ecclesiastes, I kind of believe so. 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh
and keep his commandments.
Hey, man, Abraham knew. Man, he was in that ark for how long? Waiting, man.
That was Noah.
Oh, was it Noah? Fuck it. But man, waiting, man. Patiently enduring and waiting for Most High's judgment to happen, man. Right.
For this is the whole duty of man.
We got to make it to camp. That's be out here teaching the word, no matter what you got going on.
See, the thing is, we're gonna hit obstacles, man. But as long as you endure through it, you'll make it past it. All right, we got plenty of examples of that, you know. But you gotta endure through it in order to receive whatever it is that you're going through and make it to the other side. This is John 15:7. If ye abide in me, and my word abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be given unto you.
Oh. Exactly, man. Hey, man, if you ask, you shall receive. But if you ain't trying to pipe to your power, man, and ask for that endurance, that to walk that path of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, those examples that we must be in, man.
Just be careful what you ask for.
You
know, like Brother Isaiah said, that you get it, but you better be prepared to endure as well, man.
This is the book of John 15, verse 7. You mind if I start at This is John 15:5. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit.
Right there. Being us being those branches. You got a picture, just picture just perfectly as said, branching out and who being that base, being that base and what the branching out and we must have to bear that fruit, those works of Yahweh.
For without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned.
Just think about it as when a plum tree, for instance, when it bears its fruit, and then when the season starts prolonging, and then the fruit starts falling, man. You're gonna get those fruit that fall, and then you're gonna get those fruit that you end up picking. But was it when those fruit fall? Hey man, they get all spoiled. The rodents get them. They end up getting worms in them. And what can you do with those fruits? Man, you got to throw them away.
Yes, that's example of the 2/3, man. Example of the 2/3.
Like, oh boy, we was just up there. I heard about y'all. You heard about that, but what you doing about it?
Right.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, a branch gets its water from the vine. A branch can't get water without a vine. So as soon as a branch is cut off, as soon as you're cut off from the truth, as soon as you're cut off from the source, that vine being Yahweh Shai, then you're gonna wither away, and then all you're good for at that point is just being wood for the fire. That's why it's saying you don't want to be a branch. You want to be a vine. You want to be something that's drawing in the water. You don't want to be something that's dependent upon the water that can get cut off at any time. And then verse 7. John 15:7. If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you.
Oh, that brother already got that. John 7.
15:7. Thank you, Mike. Just read it for you. Because like it says, if we abide in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and He within us, that meaning that we are the hopeful elect, then anything that you ask of the Most High, which should be in righteousness, you shall receive.
That's right. Brother, you mind grabbing that Philippians?
This Philippians 2:12, and it reads, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed,
Those good fruits, those being of the elect,
not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence."
Well, being in this captivity, well, and still obeying the laws and commandments of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Yes.
For it is Yahweh which worketh in you, both to will you to do His good pleasure, and to do things without murmuring and disputing.
Going back, recapping that, hey man, you don't control the matter, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will give you that spirit to do so, whether if it's go that way or whether if it's go that way. Right. But going off to John, if you ask, if you acknowledge your power, if you return, hey man, you might be able to get that chance to push this will, man. Do what you're supposed to do, man. What you're commanded to do.
And I just wanted to make mention too. It took us a long time to get up here, so we was having a conversation. The brother mentioned, the brother mentioned, what was it that you called it, brother? Instinctual battle.
It's instant cooperation to an order. You know what I mean? That's what you learn in the military.
And that's what you learn in this truth, man. I mean, like the brother was mentioning, the Most High substitute you to make you do right. When you got that demon on you, and you going off, and you pray to the Most High and treat the Most High, hey man, like the smoking demon. Let me get this demon up off you. Pray for that, and the Most High get it up off you, man. That's right. Shit.
Oh no, that was 12:13, right? Brothers want to grab an Isaiah 45:7. Anyone of those will grab Ecclesiastes 6, 10 to 12. That's right.
Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things.
Within this lesson that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua had put forth, man. Hey, man, this is His will, man. This is His movie. Right. This is already pre-written. So these things in the scripture are meant to be, man. It doesn't matter what your emotions, what you think. But if you all think that you got self-will in this world, man, you got another thing, man.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 10. That which has been is named already, And it is known that it is man, neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better? For who knoweth what is good for man in this life? All the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow.
So you people, you know, especially Esau, man, definitely upholds himself as that high spot, that power seat. Hey man, and like going back into that brother's lesson, hey man, the higher you are, the harder you fall, and righteously so, man. When these judgments are going to be unfolding on the face of the earth, man. Hey man, righteously so.
Pride comes before a fall.
And a haughty spirit comes before destruction. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
You tried to be what in America?
Verse 19. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud.
Hey, and that's a good, what is that? What am I looking for? That's a good thing to have, especially in this captivity. You know, being in that humble, man, that just shows, that fear, that characteristic.
For what is it? A humble spirit.
Yeah, you know, and that just shows a humble. Hey man, that's perfectly wild with being in that fearful spirit, man. Hey man, when this truth is revealed to you, and you understand what the hell is doing, what our people were doing, and what caused us to be in this captivity today, man. Hell yeah, you be in a humble spirit, man. Hell yeah, you'll be in a shamed spirit.
This is the shit that we were worshiping all the way back to Serapis, all the way back to ancient times.
The elder apostle Tahar was going to. We're the ones that created the god Zeus. We're the ones that created all these false gods out of our fables. That's why it says not give out under Jewish fables. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. So we've all been in idolatry. We've all worshipped a false god, whether it be in this life or a past life. Like the brother said, that image of Cesare Borgia was just a revival of an old god, Serapis Christians, which came from the Roman or the Greek will of Egypt under Ptolemy I. God. But like it says, knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifies.
Don't mind me saying, like we said earlier about, these fables, man, were written just by man, by man's knowledge, by man's understanding, by man's, truly getting back into this image right here, man. Their image, what is that word I'm looking for? Is it? I guess vision or not vision, but when you're like telling a story or drawing a picture, per se. But
imagery.
Yeah, they're illustrations or imagery. To being something meaningful and
you gotta entertain Jake. Jake won't read a book unless it got pictures.
Short attention span.
And then back in the day, like the brother said, you gotta entertain Jake's mind. But nowadays it's easy as putting a picture. But before, you used to have to tell these fanciful stories. That's how you get the Epic of Gilgamesh, where a man can be as strong as Yahweh Shai. That was a fable based off Yahweh Shai. It's a fable based from us, from our people, from Scripture.
What does the Scripture tell you, man? Jake is the creator of all things.
And That's why all these things spiral off of the scripture, and they reiterated it being their own story, their own fable, their own belief system, I guess. I'm saying.
Yeah, I want to go back to what you were saying about the worship these false idols, and why we should be in a humble spirit. This is Isaiah 64:6. But we are all as unclean. It's a lot. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags.
The reason why we're in our captivity today. Israel fell off as a whole. That's why it's coming to be this whole purification, that sifting process happening for the elect's sake, man.
And we all do fade as the leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. And there is none that calleth upon thy name, that stirreth up himself to take hold of thee, hid thy face from us, and has condemned, it has consumed us because of our iniquities.
What a more beautiful analogy to be is like a tumbleweed, man. A tumbleweed rolls, man. It rolls, it's dead. But when it reaches that good soil, that good foundation, it will be able to grow again. That's what they say. If you give it some water, it will grow again. And it's just, that's what tumbleweeds do. They roll until they find a source of water. So once you find that true source of water, man, hey man, you're growing.
Going back to that valley of dry bones. Israel's been rolling through captivity after captivity, been going after God, after strange God. But when we finally got that water poured upon us, those that could receive it, then we started getting renewed and refreshed. Just like the brother said, we were planted in a good soil, that righteous seed.
This has a bad lighting. Come closer with it.
That water, that being the word, that being the truth. But a tumbleweed, that's just rolling without the water. It's gonna stay in tumbleweed. It's gonna keep rolling in the wind.
Yep, and recap into that first Samuel, man. Skill to make it alive. Going back, but that brother just quoted within Ezekiel, man. It was dry bones, man.
I like that one too.
Just showing you that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has advanced. They have the power that they are the main author of this book, of this life, man.
Yeah.
You talking about Rihanna?
Oh, but she a hoe too. She a hoe too. I don't know, man. Yeah, but look,
Matt, go ahead, brother.
Somebody grab me,
All these runarounds.
somebody grab me First Mac, please.
Get
Just that whole that first stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna talk about, we gonna jump all on Esau's head, man. No, it's not that.
Oh, come on.
I forgot my black book, so I'm glad.
Yeah, we'll just start there and go off the script.
Yeah, and y'all brothers, anything you want to bring out, it's gonna be a hot topic.
Oh yeah, you home off that.
God.
I'm gonna hold Daniel.
Yeah, let them fly. Actually, yeah, we can grab back First Maccabees when somebody grab Job 9 and 24. Yeah. Walk it back. Ah, damn. Oh yeah. I'll put it on the backboard. Yeah. You start First Maccabees already. Fine, you can start reading it, brother.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian,
That's right,
who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
That's right. The Macedonian being an Edomite, right? The first kingdom of Esau, Edom.
so to say, in the Grecian Empire. Ruled under Philip. We was talking about Philip on the way up here. Hey, when Philip passed, you know, it was rumor, you know, speculation as to how he died, but when he passed, his kingdom was passed to Alexander the Great, or Alexander the Greek, or Alexander the Edomite.
Yeah, I heard that he was poisoned.
Yeah, Philip died of poison. They suspect his mother.
Might have even been him himself.
Yeah, it might have been Alexander. That was speculation
too. The hierarchy of Esau, man.
But that was the pinnacle, man, of Esau's. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of Esau's rulership in the world, man. All right, go ahead, Ahmed.
And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, and so much that the earth was quiet before him.
So Esau Edom being, you know, Alexander the Great and his men, they went throughout the world, and they conquered all these nations and took everything, they took all the wealth, all right? They began, they whitewashed Greece, okay? They pushed the Japhetic peoples out of that land, and then Esau Edom, you know, like, go ahead and read out to this. Go ahead, yeah, give yourself.
Follow along, brother, you know. This is Daniel 8, and verse 20. The ram which thou sawest having 2 horns are the kings Media and Persia, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia.
And that rough goat being Esau Edom, man, being Alexander. He doesn't fit in with the brand, you know what I'm saying?
The great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
That's right.
I'll hold it there, brother.
And I'll jump back on it. And that's speaking on Alexander, man. Go ahead, bro.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries, and nations, and kings, who became tributaries unto him.
That's right.
And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die.
That's right, man. So after he conquered basically the known world, hey, Esau Edom, Alexander, you know, Alexander and the Edomites that he was controlling. Hey, everyone was tributary onto these devils, man. All right, they had taken on the wealth, and they was turning everybody wicked, essentially.
Esau loves getting his ass kicked.
Right. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he loves to self-glorify too, which we've seen. You know. Go ahead, Go ahead.
Museums, man. His past history in school, man.
Right.
Tell about his story.
Yeah, they just sent a bunch of history to outer space, man, on a little chip.
That shit.
Yep.
That shit makes me sick, man.
Yeah, they just shot a whole thing of human history, and you know Esau put their little twists and shit in there, man.
Oh, you know they lied their asses off.
Oh, we want to running right into.
No, that's direct disrespect to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. That's the ultimate disrespect.
Hey, man, that's gonna be a part of the bill when Mosai comes back.
Yeah, he gonna be like, oh yeah, remember that bullshit shot up in his face? Let me shove this back down.
You can just picture it, man, like on the Avengers Infinity War, them coming through space, and all of a sudden they just catch the chip.
Right, like fuck this shit, man.
Crush that shit.
So, go ahead, brother.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
That's right. So Alexander, on his dying bed, he's parting his kingdom amongst Edomites. All right, amongst his Edomite brethren. Ptolemy. Go ahead, brother. You got it,
Yeah, because what this shows, man, is Daniel was prophesying what was coming to pass in First Maccabees.
That's right.
And this was written, you know, I don't know exactly how many years prior to the Maccabees, man, but this is what makes this Bible something that stands out above all different books, brother. Here, let me get that umbrella bubble.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 22, now, that being broken, being that first horn, which was Alexander, the first king, it says, whereas for it stood up for it, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power.
That's right, man. So my bad, brother. So who were those men? The Edomites, Ptolemy, Seleucus, Antioch, is it Antiochus? Antiochus. Right. And among them, you know, go ahead and continue, brother. Did you get down to the bottom yet? Go ahead. I'll let you script talk.
Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years, and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
So that's why the Apocrypha is not included in the King James Bible that's printed today. Because it clearly just lets you know that Esau Edom is the wicked, that they're the seed of the wicked, just called them wicked, and that's how they came into power.
And evils were multiplied
right.
upon the earth.
And evil, when Esau Edom came into power, evils were multiplied in the earth. The Bible says that.
That's why Malachi calls these so-called white people the border of all wickedness.
Right. The Bible says that. So you take credit with what it says. Hey, well then why, at the beginning of world history, why do you start with Alexander the Great? Or Alexander the Greek, freak, whatever you want to call him, because he was a fucking booty hole popping Fruit Loop anyway, man. But y'all glorify this man like he did great things. And he was evil as hell, just like the rest of his brothers. All right? That was it on that, brother. Actually, yeah, go ahead and read down.
Verse 10, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137 years of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Hey man, and the worst part about that is that you can trace Esau Edom's lineage all the way back to that. The Bible allows you to track Esau Edom's lineage back to Antioch. Who was it? Herod.
Yeah, Herod.
Herod's. That's what makes the concept of these Edomites being wicked, man. Because you can take his bloodline and chase it all the way back to Antioch. However you say the man's name. His bloodline goes directly back to that, which is that sucks for Esau Edom. Because it defines who Esau Edom is. He's the red Hebrew Israelite, like this white fella standing here on the bus. Yeah, red Hebrew Edomite.
I mean, there are confusion of faces.
Yeah. But look at Herod. Herod was a chocolate-colored Edomite. So it's not a difficult concept to understand. You got that 9 and 24, brother? So we're gonna talk about, we just told you that Esau Edom is the wicked. Who is the world given to, bro? Get that 9 and 24.
Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Hey man, so we just told you that the evils were multiplied in the earth through the reign of Alexander, who was an Edomite. All right, and the Bible tells you that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So who's in rulership in the last days? Esau Edom. It's not very difficult, man. They control everything. It's like we was talking about beforehand. Jacob's not the ones that are flying these planes and came in the skies. Right? Jacob's not the one that's moving these boats across the ocean and polluting the shit out of the waters. Jake's not the one that's running the nuclear plants. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have anything. We're the bottom of the bottom. We was riding up here talking about how the Most High put us under these weak ass Edomites, man. Look at this Edomite, man. He was so feeble. It's like, man, it makes you think like these motherfuckers, man.
Well, after you see all that Jake's gone through, and that Jake is still prospering, and the fact that these Edomites are now starting to go from being $100,000 a year to $90,000, and they're killing themselves for it. Like the brother says, it goes to show you that they don't even have a spirit. Because if you can't handle losing $10,000 for nothing, how much can you handle losing a borrowed kingdom?
Well, that's because that's their faith,
right?
They don't have Yahweh Shai, so their faith only lies in carnality,
right?
Hey, man, I get the
yeah, go ahead. Grab that and then pull that out.
This is well, if yours is on that topic, buddy, go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, just real quick.
Mine, take it back.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So if Esau was a spiritual being, that going back to being Cain, he would have offered up a righteous sacrifice.
But he was lazy, man.
And he thinks that his carnal wisdom is going to save him in the time when Yahweh brings his judgment through Yahweh Shai and the elect. That's why he's building up all these technologies, these lasers, these nukes. It's really the battle against the Most High.
Right? And that's why they're trying to do, you know, that's why there's so many, Esau Edom is so fucked, man. We was talking about this on the way up too. With that whole situation in Venezuela they got going on. I was actually reading an article today about how they've actually requested that Russia make sure that the U.S. can't go in there and fuck with them.
And Russia say, we ain't having that shit.
Yeah, Russia's like, nah, man.
He told Trump, hey, y'all get the fuck out of Syria first.
Right.
They even have a couple American prisoners.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Venezuela. Well, the dudes that went down there and did that EMP, because we ain't gonna fucking sugarcoat what happened. You know, we tell the truth. Esau Edom, somebody from the American government or one of these Edomite nations, regardless, they pulled an EMP in Venezuela. They did it.
And now what they're trying to do, he signed an executive order for EMPs.
Right. And then he came out and did that like 2 weeks later. 28 states out of 32 in Venezuela were shut the fuck down. There's nothing under the sun that could have done that other than an EMP, man. I mean, or the Most High himself. And he, you know, that's not his bag. He's not about that wicked. All right. I mean, he'll destroy some shit, but he ain't set up no EMP, man. All right. So you saw him doing some bullshit down there, and them Russians is not having it. So they're in a trick bag, essentially.
And Russia said they do not respect the so-called interim president. He's not the president.
No.
The one that was elected was Nicolas Maduro, man.
Right.
They holding that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, that just shows you who's in power, man. They can't even choose their own president without Esau getting in there and saying, no, this is your president.
Well, that's the thing, man, is they did it the way Esau, they did it the way Esau encourages everyone to do it.
And then you can't tell, just like the scripture says, Job 19:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who the fuck else can tell a country? He told Syria, no, go to the house don't belong to you no more.
Yeah.
It belongs to the state of Israel.
Right.
Who the fuck is doing that besides you Edomites, man?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A country
shit to people.
That's been part of that land for centuries, millennia.
Right.
Now you gonna say, oh nah, fuck that. They don't belong to you. It belongs to my buddy, the Israeli.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not a Jew.
But Esau's not the wicked.
Yeah,
You see?
The best part about it all is, like it says, a house divided against itself shall not stand. This is literally Esau fighting against Esau.
It's snowing and raining.
So like Magog is an
doing
Edomite.
both.
Just like these Edomites over here, these North American Edomites, they're all Edomites going against themselves.
So how would these American crackers take it if Russia came over and was like, you know what? We like Florida. We like the climate down here. It's cold as fucking Russia. We want Florida. That's Russian territory now.
Right.
What would these American Edomites do? It'll be all out war, man.
Yeah. Or Texas, that's Mexico now.
Yeah.
Mexico, Arizona, that's all Mexico.
But shit, this is what you want to be technical. It still is Mexico.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. This is what Esau Edom has done. Colorado should be part of Mexico.
Exactly. He came in. Hey,
But
that's
you got the
over
nerve.
to
But you got the nerve to tell people who can have what and why.
But the earth is not given into the hand of the wicked.
So
The so-called white man is not the wicked. He's
Esau,
going around, oh, this land belongs to him now. This land belongs to us. We're gonna take the resources from Venezuela.
It's our God-given. It's our God-given, red-blooded Christian American.
Manifest destiny.
Yes, manifest destiny. Hey, but manifest destiny is twofold, motherfucker.
Con, twofold.
That's the problem.
That's right.
The issue is that you got to pay this bill. You got to foot this bill.
Oh, listen, I'm through eating. Let me just go ahead and walk out the door here.
Esau came to the restaurant, ordered the whole damn menu,
the poo-poo platter,
and trying to slide out the back door.
With the crispiness too, and has the nerve to argue if you say
get up
something.
and be like, nigga, I'm not paying for this.
There was a hair on my food.
Me? I'm Esau.
Right.
Or no, excuse me, I'm white.
You know who my dad is, bro?
You know
who my dad is.
Or no, and then they like to use an excuse. Oh, that was my forefathers. How do you expect me to pay for what my forefathers
did? Put it on his tab. Put it on his tab. Like, no, nigga. Your ass has got to pay now. Esau eating my dad bones to see.
Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry.
That's right.
And thy wrath is come.
That's right.
And the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets.
We waiting patiently on that reward. You know, we waiting patiently on that reward, and we waiting for the Most High to bring this kingdom all the way down. Because Esau Edom's little punk ass kingdom, actually I'm gonna call it the queendom. Because y'all all follow after bitches and don't do what you're supposed to do anyway.
And all the men are feminine as fuck.
All you men are feminine as hell. You don't do nothing the Most High tell you to do. You just want to follow after some butt. And that's cool.
Oh boy, pants was tight to his woman, man.
Man.
Because he's trying to get the man more than this woman.
Right.
Is.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you remember we was out here and that Jake walked past us with this big booty bitch? and he was loving all on her and stuff, and he turned back and was like, "This is my blessing right here." And we was like, "Oh man, you don't remember that?" I never forgot it because that bitch was bad as hell. I claimed her. I ain't gonna lie.
That's not a ruling class mentality. But she has no spirit.
But he gave up everything. You
It
can
is
see it.
beautiful because he gave up everything for that woman.
For that woman.
And he brought her over here just to be claimed.
Just to get
God,
claimed.
just
And she ain't gonna be with that nigga when shit pop off.
God, hell no, she gonna be out.
Nigga, he was over there holding her purse and shit.
Oh Lord, that's not
He's gonna be put to death, man.
Yeah, that
And
nigga
She may kill him.
Yeah.
She may kill him and run off with one of the brothers.
He might let her eat her.
She gonna be
Just start with my toes, baby. Maybe you'll get saved before you get to my head.
You hungry? Take my finger.
That's what people don't get, man. Follow after these women in this kingdom. And Esau Edom's world, that gets over for you.
Hey, many have run to and fro, running out of their wits for women.
Time, man. Hey, that's man, I love that story. That's a Sirach.
Come.
Oh, Sirach gets on his woman.
Or Sirach, that's first Ezra.
That's right.
But going on, it says, and to the saints and them that fear thy name. So the elect are going to know the name.
That's right.
And they're going to fear it. It says they're not going to be writing Paleo Hebrew on stones and making jokes.
Yeah, hey, man. I remember seeing that shit. It was like, man, the Most High gonna kill this nigga.
Nope.
That was not funny.
It says, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth.
That's right, man. So Esau Edom is responsible for all the bullshit in the earth. We covered that. You know, they've done endless amounts of wickedness. The 3 islands, brother, didn't you say they were bigger than Texas?
Oh man,
Islands?
it's fucking 3 islands in the ocean. It's twice the size of Texas. Man, and Texas is one of the biggest states in this country. Man.
Right.
I mean,
Texas, my landmass.
Texas is as big as some countries.
It's number 2 landmass.
It's continent-sized islands of garbage out there in the ocean, man. That's what the size of continent.
That shit's crazy, man. Who did that? It wasn't Jake. Jake can't swim. Yeah,
that's right.
Jake can't fucking swim. To be honest, they don't even want to be on no damn boat. How many Jakes you know in the Navy? Bro, I know a brother in the Navy.
And Jake didn't make the decree to use plastic as their main source of bottles and containers and so on and so forth.
And other things.
Why wouldn't you make something biodegradable?
Right.
What kind of shit is that, man?
Because it's all about that money.
Being afraid of ships is not being late. Shit, we were bought over here on ships. Why do we want to go on a ship like this willy-nilly? Like, I'm gonna go get on this cruise.
Man, I don't even want to get on a little boat, to be honest.
I don't want to cross the river. I'll swim.
He said, "Why don't I take this shower?"
He said he had a separate. That's all I had on that. This side about basically the creation of Locks.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Again, the roots of Idumea.
I'm with that.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That's right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Once again, touching on that patience, man, and Esau Edom's gift is the sword, which Alexander the Great obviously conquered the world with, right? And Esau Edom still is in control to this day through the power of that sword. And, you know, Jake and got Jake thinking that they could get salvation through Esau's blessing.
And if I may say, you got a lot of these Edomite men committing suicide nowadays, thinking that's atonement for their sins.
Right.
The Most High said, "He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword."
Right.
That doesn't mean take your own life. That means you must be killed by the hands that you killed.
Right. Hey, the blood of the earth screams for the wicked. Hey, that's the only way to repay that debt, man.
Come on.
That just showed you Esau is weak, man.
Esau is
He trying to kill himself to get away from the problem. He killed himself going to the spirit. He's like, oh, fuck.
Right.
He's just hitting the fast forward button.
You know, I was just about to say that because I used to date this female and her dad has it in his, his thought on death is that the lights go out and it's just over.
That's it.
That's what you think.
And I remember being like, that's what you're gonna be so. When you get to the spirit world, nigga, your feelings gonna be hurt.
You standing before the throne of the Most High.
Not only is it true, but you would have wished that it was true.
Right.
You're gonna know.
Right.
And you would have wished that was the way because this was actually gonna happen.
Yeah.
Gonna get eternal rest, eternal sleep.
Right. So you know when you go back,
Right into the challenge,
some people gonna rule over you. They
Then
have chains around your neck. If you a baby, newborn baby, when they come out that cat, they having chains around their neck.
shackle him right there.
Literally be born right there. Hey, put a chain on this little.
He's not even a day old.
Hey, you see he wicked?
Oh yeah, Jake might just pick you, take you out the womb and smash you.
I'm gonna have mine right above the alligator pit, man.
Right.
Right when it gets spit out of the womb. And then Balica
and people want to be like, oh, you know, that's not fair. Hey, fuck y'all.
They did the same thing to us.
Y'all did the same shit to Jake Dip, and you did it.
That's not meditation.
Right. And you did it with no remorse.
And it says, we should return them to them double.
Right. You did it with no remorse.
Twofold.
How ashamed you will be when you find out you fucking with the Lord's
Just like the Elder Uriah said, you know, the best play these women is gonna get.
Oh yeah.
He didn't say this, but they ain't gonna be getting no play. But
no,
the best play they might get is having a baby.
Well, I'm gonna be picky.
That's the most they're gonna feel, man.
For real. Yeah, how about you? I'm gonna be picky as fuck. You can be a bad bitch on the planet. I'll be like, I'm gonna be so goddamn picky.
Can you take care of
man?
Are you gonna teach him right?
You better be able to cook some yams or something.
I'm gonna dog that bitch like tomorrow. Hell yeah. Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom.
That's right.
In the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
That's right.
O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us.
That's right, man.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
That's right, man. So, hey, and the king, when that day comes, that's how you Edomites are gonna be dealt with, man.
And that's the words of Yahweh Shem
Khan.
And it ain't no defense for that.
So it ain't like we just out here talking shit.
Right, because I know that people walk by all day long like, man, them niggas hating on everybody. Hate. Hey, but we the real international haters club. But we rocking with the Most High. Hate.
And the thing is, we talking shit because our power says so.
Right. But it's all in righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
It's not
you know
shit.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the true shit is the vanity they're spewing when they say God is all love.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's shit. That's nothing. That's fire. And the true hate is when you tell everybody a lie.
Like, you want to know what hate is? When that dumb nigga was standing up here with pigtails and Ugg boots on, that's looking at the picture of Cesare like, what the fuck wrong with y'all?
That's true hate.
That nigga said, why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
That's hate.
What you mean? What does it matter? That thought process, let alone, was built on hate.
Nigga, if somebody commit murder and you know you ain't do it, but they come to blame you, does it
Why
matter?
does it matter?
Right. Why does it matter, nigga?
Somebody murdered somebody. We gotta get somebody right.
Somebody gotta be blamed for it. So
I guess what I'm saying, it don't matter, man.
But that's hate.
And you Edomites going into captivity and slavery.
That's right!
Goddamn white people gonna be in chains, man.
That's right!
Fucking destroyed. Tired of y'all walking by laughing and shit. Shit ain't funny. Most I gonna kill your ass.
This is Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Because Edom is prideful, man. You fucking Edomites be filled with pride. They walk up and down the street all day long with smug looks. How could America ever fall? Go ahead, bro.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
That's right. Africa in and of itself is named after Africanus, Scipio Africanus, America Vespucci is who America's named after.
Asia is named after.
So you want to talk about hate to identify as an African American? You calling yourself the son of two Edomites?
And the thing is,
that's hate.
Who came over this African American studies, man? A fucking so-called Jew. Right. You see?
And Jesse Jackson coined the term African American.
Man, and that's
our own people.
That's hate, bro. That's real hate.
A so-called Jew gave you niggas that goddamn African American bullshit.
That's
the African American studies came from a so-called Jew. So they can hide who you are and identity for themselves, man.
The scriptures now going back to Psalms 81.
A man who oppresses his house and his heritage, man. Yeah, Carl.
You got one go?
Yeah, I got another one. Go ahead and grab it.
Go ahead, I'll do it.
This is Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old? Man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short,
that's right,
and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
That's right.
Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung.
That's right.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found.
That's right, man. Hey, you saw Edom ain't gonna be nowhere to be found, man.
He said Shalom.
Yeah, he did.
You better
put your pom-poms down, man, and start doing some work.
Yeah, he made me lose my place. I don't respect that shit.
Me neither.
Pounded the chest and everything. He's like, Shalom, bro. You
can't Shalom your way to the people.
Nah, you know what's up.
I mean, you might be able to, but that's a thin line in walking.
Just like Apostle Ron was like, man, don't nobody know who the elect is. That's why you do the work.
Right.
You see? So, but you can take that chance and say, oh, I'm a part of the elect. I ain't gonna do no work. You can take that chance if you fucking want to. Yeah. When the chariots come, nigga, you better hope you part of the elect, because once the chariots take off and leave, hey, ain't no turning back. Like, goddamn, I should have did the work.
Right.
Oh, we forgot somebody.
You like, damn, I could have would have should have. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there was that one. That one.
Ain't no hit, no goddamn rewind, man.
In the scripture about the talents.
Oh, Con, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more.
Man, like a bad dream. Esau gonna be gone like woke up from a bad dream.
God.
More Edomites.
Yep.
God. Oh God.
God. Yep. Somebody grab Obadiah.
Neither shall his place anymore be sloppy. Neither shall his place anymore behold him.
Right.
His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
Hey, and Esau, Edom doing this shit right now. They out here begging. Some of them are begging for forgiveness. Some of them are like, oh, we know y'all the children of the Lord, and we fuck with y'all. Here, let me give you a, like we say that, give you a sandwich spirit and shit.
Yeah,
man, we don't want no goddamn sandwich.
Here's your reparations now.
Yeah, we don't want no reparations either.
Here's your 40 acres of field over square. Are we cool?
Yeah. Esau and come over here and try to hand a brother $1 and shit. Like, here, man, we don't want y'all funky money. We want the kingdom. Go ahead, bro.
This is Obadiah, 18th verse. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
That's right.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
That's right.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Man, for fucking stubble.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Read that one more time.
Hey, yeah, read that one more time.
Now this is Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. Actually, no, I'm starting at 17. This is Obadiah 1:17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
Man, I hope Most High kill your ass, bro.
That's right!
And there shall be a holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it.
Hey man, the words of the Heavenly Father himself.
There shall be not any remaining of the house of Esau. So how the fuck is Cornelius an Edomite?
Right. Right. We was talking about that on the way up here too.
Get Isaiah 14:21.
Say what?
Isaiah 14:21.
Grab it.
Come.
Isaiah 14:21. Huh? I do, bro.
I'll grab this while you're grabbing that up.
Okay.
This is Psalms 37 and verse 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight himself in the abundance of peace. And, jumping back up, man. Jumping back up to the 9th verse. It says, for the evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. Clearly showing you, man, that Esau is going to be cut off forever. And and Jacob's going to inherit the earth, man. Because who's the meek? Who's filling up the prison house? Just like the book of Isaiah says, man. The prison houses shall be open. All right, those that are sitting in the prison houses are going to be freed, man. That's right. Both spiritually and physically, man. That's right. We've been spiritually freed. All right, those of us that have been called. But once we're chosen, man, then we'll be physically freed, man. Receiving them new bodies and rolling up on Esau, man. That's right. I can't wait to be standing shoulder to shoulder with my brothers, man. Casting judgment upon Russia.
Yeah, because they and the Moabites and shit, man. Because they really believe, they know America's done.
Yeah.
And in their mindset, though, is we next up.
Russia and Moab think they're taking the next spot.
You know, they like them niggas on the 2K lined up at the little square. They're like, oh yeah, nigga, we up next. We got next hall. Yeah, we got next. Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't worry about these.
Hey, squad up, let's go. Like that's what they doing right now. Because they know America's going down. You know? We got this. Hell no.
Come on, brother. This is Isaiah 14:1, and it says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob,
That's right, man.
and will yet choose Israel, Yasharallah, and set them in their own land."
That's right. So even though we going through hell and bullshit in this captivity that we're in America, man, all right, the Most High has not abandoned Israel, man. Even though our wickedness is reached the mouth of the Most High, you know, even though we're swimming in our own bullshit, the Most High is still not going to abandon Israel. You know, he's got the 1/3, the elect that was saved from the beginning, man, from before the making of the universe, man. The Most High chose, the Most High chose to save these niggas. He gonna have mercy on Israel. Right, and we saw, and then the flip side of that coin is that when we go back to the land, Esau rulership is over. Like the brothers was reading, there ain't gonna be no more Edomites walking around, man. There ain't gonna be no more scoffing and shit. What's happening, man? You doing well, bro?
Good, brother, good.
Good to see y'all, man. And we be out here every Friday, bro. Come around. Come on, man. We be out here every Friday. You know what's up. You know what fine.
It's good to see you.
As continuing on, Slaki, I went to the next chapter. And it says, "And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob."
That's right, man. Them strangers be in the confusion of face, man. That's why you got camps in all over the globe, man. You're gonna have brothers that's coming into this fold looking like, you know, Bruce Lee, and be like, yo, how about Shimmy How Shine, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna look just like Bruce Lee and shit, just like Jackie Chan, you know?
Elder Malcolm brought that up. He said when Judah was entreated by Moab, or when we went and fled into Moab.
Right. Hey man, some of them Koreans,
started mingling amongst them.
Man,
and Moab told Esau how to do that.
Korean dudes over there in Korea, man, they got so much fucking swag it don't make sense. Have you listened to their rap music and shit?
Oh yeah, what's his name? Keith A?
Man, you be knowing them dudes. There's no way that dude is a regular like Moabite, man. There's no way he's an Ammonite or anything like that. That dude is a jet.
Yeah, just like me and the brother we were talking about earlier, Blackie Chan.
Yeah,
Blackie Chan.
These niggas is walking around with like fang grills and shit, like all gold fang, rose gold grills.
Those old gangs back in China and Japan, man, they go hard.
Oh, them Chinatown gangs?
Shit, man. You know how flashy the Yakuza be?
Who's your pinky?
And what do you call it?
Them dudes be
the Elder Apostle Sahar brought it out. When you mix two Jake's musics together, it blends perfectly. Like when you mix reggaeton with hip hop.
Oh shit!
It's like, ooh, you vibing. That's the same thing with the Koreans.
I played one yesterday.
Tory Lanez actually did a whole song where he speaks very little English, and he did it with an old boy from who's real popular in Puerto Rico, I think. What's his name, man? I can't remember. Little nigga with dreads. He's all the rage with the Spanish bitches stuff.
Oh, that Skittles looking dude?
Nah, I hate that nigga. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Is it the one off that Talkie Talkie song?
Nah, yeah.
That
little nigga.
I was about to bring
I can't remember. What's his name? It start with an O or something.
Fuck him, man.
Yeah, fuck him, man. That nigga.
But the point being is like it's the spirit that's within that person that vibes with the other people.
But yeah,
that
that brother's bilingual, and him and Tory Lanez did a whole song together, and the shit is smack. I ain't gonna lie, the song is fire. But that just goes to show you, man, when Jake come together, Jake is the creator of all things beautiful, man.
If I may say, the Elder Apostle Sahar, that's one thing that I was very into before I got this trip. I'm selling to one of my favorite artists / producers is a dude named Sando. And that's a Brazilian name, and you think that he was a Northern Kingdom, but he's a Judite.
Right.
And he just said, one day I started listening to what they call baile funk, or the music of Brazil, or Portuguese funk. And he's like, man, I'm vibing. So he started making music to it. He started learning Portuguese. And eventually he has Portuguese or Asherites, which would be from the tribe of Asher. He has Northern Kingdom on his beats, and he just makes music.
Which is like you just said, brother. Anderson Silva's a perfect example. Anderson Silva lives among the Asherites all the time, but he's clearly, I mean, he's a Judite. You know what I'm saying? He could be an Asherite too. That's possible.
Yoel Romero.
Yeah, look at Yoel Romero. You know, he probably a lot of brothers say he's Manasseh, but either way, he's Southern Kingdom, and he's among all them Northern Kingdom brothers. How did that happen? But y'all want to jump around and act like the reverse slave trade didn't work, or y'all didn't do this. Like, you did it. You took Jake to the four corners, and we're everywhere, and we coming back. Yoel Romero actually praises the Most High on a regular basis, man.
And they also act like we aren't one people. Because I was talking to someone I met today at the library that they hide over the history that during the Alamo there were so-called African Americans, so-called Negroes fighting with the so-called Latinos, so-called Mexicans.
And they make it sound.
But they also had so-called Negroes fighting against the so-called Mexicans and so-called Negroes on the other side.
Right.
So they've been pitting brother against brother since the very beginning, since our very first captivity.
Always been the righteous few and the wicked majority,
and
man.
And to be real, we was talking about this on the way up here, man. Esau don't know shit about how to fight, man. You know, their blessing is the sword, but they don't know how to fight. We was talking about this earlier, man. Their way of war was to stand in fucking single file lines.
Yep. Line up. Revolutionary War.
Yeah. Look after how, and that was.
And that goes back to the former of
Could
all
you
things.
imagine? Could you imagine being a Jake slave and having to fight in that shit, and an Edomite is behind you, like, take aim, don't fire until you see the light in their eyes. I'd be like, nigga, I'm out.
Was it Native American were the ones that started that guerrilla warfare?
Yeah.
They move around and
that go for the Most High, man, because when King David was going up against, I can't remember what the exact people he was going up against, but the Most High told him to go around and flank them, man.
Yeah, that was at Jericho.
At Jericho, yeah. Go, hey, and he crashed the wall on man. See, Esau ain't
which was the most impenetrable city at its time.
What they call it, impregnable.
Impregnable.
Yeah,
you're not going to get in.
This.
You're not getting in this.
It's locked up, chastity style.
And the Most High said, watch. I got you. I got your impregnable.
This is First Maccabees 9:45. Now Jonathan, just to get an example, you know, the brother's talking about. It says, had sent his brother John, a captain of the people, to pray his friends that the Nabathites, that they might leave with them their carriage, which was much. But the children of Jambri came out of Medeba and took John and all that he had and went their way with it. So, you know, they went and they took John, they took this man and they took him captive.
Right.
And they took everything with them. It says, after this came word to Jonathan and Simon, his brother, that the children of Jambri made a great marriage and were bringing the bride from Nadabatha with a great train, as being the daughter of one of the great princes of Canaan. Therefore they remembered John their brother and went up and hid themselves under the cover of the mountain, where they lift up their eyes and looked, and behold, there was much ado and great carriage, and the bridegroom came forth and his friends and brethren to meet them with drums and instruments and music and many weapons. Then Jonathan and they that were with him rose up against them from the place where they lay in ambush and made a great slaughter of them in such sort as many fell down dead, and the remnant fled into the mountain, and they took all their spoils. Thus was the marriage turned into mourning, and the noise of their melody into lamentation.
Hey, and I just want to pause for a minute. When you are hearing this, you should think about that imagery. If you've ever watched Game of Thrones, the wed wedding. It came from this script right here.
And if I may say, like the brother said, imagery. Think of your normal street right now. He said the sound of normalness was turned into calamity.
Right.
Like they literally went from just walking down the street to starting screaming.
Holy shit!
Oh, started joy.
Israel. Right.
And I think that last line that you read, it said, sound of normalness.
Sound of mourning. It said here, I'll read it again. It says, and the remnant fled into the mountains, and they took their spoils. Thus was the marriage turn into mourning, and the sound of their melody into lamentation. So, when they had avenged fully the blood of their brother, they turned again to the marriage for Jordan.
And that, you know, that's just an example of Jake laying in ambush on a nigga, man.
Upon the Canaanites.
Upon the Canaanites, yeah. Rolled up at the little wedding and fucking murdered everybody.
Ham's ass.
Right. Which is righteous anyway. Ham deserve a national.
Fuck Ham in every fucking
with all of
sense.
that.
This is Isaiah 14:4.
Con, I was on that.
Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
That's right, man.
Who spoke in wrath with a continual stroke.
That's what Esau did, man. And they still doing that shit. They still doing that shit, man.
Who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth.
That's right, man. Nobody's gonna give a shit when Esau eat them, man, because of the way that they've ruled. Go ahead, I ain't trying to cut you off.
Oh, you good, bro? The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
That's right.
They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feather is come up against us.
That's right. That's right.
Hell from beneath. And when you see that word hell, right, what's the precept to that? What is that? What does that say? The grave.
That's right.
You see?
I gotta say it, watch.
See?
That's what this is just a little further down. This is
right in the book.
This is just a little further down, same chapter, Isaiah 14:19. It says, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword that go down to the stones of the pit.
There you go.
As a carcass trodden under the feet.
No one's gonna give a shit about Esau, man. Go ahead, bro.
And that's funny because it's about to go into it. Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath the grave. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
That's right, man.
It stirreth up the dead, these other nations,
right,
for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. They have raised up, they have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
That's right, man. And this is why you got these smaller nations that America used to punk and bully, standing up to Esau Edom's kingdom and boldly saying, fuck y'all. Because y'all Edomites ain't shit, really. Y'all don't want to fight. Y'all just want to blow shit up and take everybody's resources.
Shoot niggas from 10,000 miles away.
And you find pride in that weak shit, man.
I'm gonna say,
blow up the whole fucking village, including all the women and children, and then send an infantry unit to kill the niggas who didn't die.
and if I may say, it said, like the brother said, hell shall seek them. That means death is coming for you.
That's right.
He saw some of the biggest thrill seekers jumping out of planes, bungee jumping,
what the
skydiving, spelunking.
Talking about that,
yeah. Man,
Indy car driving at 300 miles per hour.
That shit is crazy, man. They be testing. They have no fear. They have no fear.
Better not to tempt the Lord, man.
The Most High said, "Hey, no, you don't gotta seek it this time. It's coming for you."
Yeah, you ain't gotta go. You ain't gotta go find.
It's gonna seek you out.
I got one for you right here.
So you telling me niggas be trying to buddy me? You telling me I'm gonna let you tie me up to a rope and push me out of the fucking plane?
And I'm
or push me off a bridge? Nigga, what?
I was stupid enough to do that shit out.
Nah.
But yeah, fuck that. You seen the little thing? They got it like after they put you in that little ball and slingshot you into the air.
That thing could get slingshot and never come back.
What? Hey, man, you might get shot 400 feet into the air and never come back.
Thou shalt not tempt the Lord, man.
Oh my goodness.
Better not.
Shoot off that shit, like you said. That shit
Oh
won't come
man, you just be like, pew. Niggas be like, damn, he gone. That nigga dead. And I think that before them cages have opened on occasion and thrown people the fuck out. Or you see that happening on these
all kinds of deaths on amusement parks.
Little bitch fell out the roller coaster because she was too small.
They break down so much. There's whole compilations of roller coasters
breaking down.
Right. Or even the one we got here in Denver. We got a little shitty Six Flags, a couple blocks from here or so. and they got a big old.
Yeah, someone got clipped on the Superman.
Yeah,
Remember that back in the day?
Yeah, that little fucking somebody fell off of that shit.
Oh, yeah, I think every Magic Mountain has a death.
It opened and the nigga fell out, and that was it. You know, and that Tower of Doom shit that goes
Ripped
like,
off somebody's leg.
250, ripped off. It ripped some bitch's head off.
That's Martian Blood.
Her hair got caught in the fucking like piece and it
Walking
pulled her
Dead
fucking
pipe
dome off.
status
Son.
hit
That came down with no head.
That's
a head.
Right. She must have been doing something.
That's
what was you doing? You know?
Like, oh, my wig.
I told her to go after it or something.
My wig, my horse hair. Go ahead, Doc.
Isaiah 14 and 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we?
That's right.
Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee,
right?
And the worms cover thee, because this place is corrupted.
God. And if you look, America was once so powerful, like Rome was, because if you've ever watched, Spartacus, that gives an accurate historical kind of a view to how Rome was. And right, and the Edomites were filthy. That, there's a lot of filthy shit that happens on that show.
And that's the light version.
That's the light version. And the Roman Empire was beyond wicked.
And this is worse than that.
Right, and this is worse than that. They got away with all sorts of madness in Rome. And the people feared Rome so much, they didn't do a whole lot to change their situation. They just accepted the fact that they was in captivity. A lot of the the Ananias spirit, man. Ananias was like, I'm trying to honor that Cornelius shit. Even Cornelius was in that spirit for a while. Then he was like, man, you know what? I'm in this Italian band, but fuck Rome. And the Most High was able to deem him, hey.
Yeah, they get the point, man.
Right.
It makes it clear as day what the book of 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, and the 25th verse, what does it say? All rule and authority will be taken down.
And
for the kingdom of heaven to be established.
And I'm going to quote
fighting,
Attila the Hun, what he told the Roman Empire towards the end of his life, or when he was marching on them. He told them.
Scourge of God.
What did he tell him?
That he was the scourge of God.
He said, I'm the scourge of God. I'm here to take this shit down. You pissed off everybody. 1,000 vicious mouths, tiny vicious mouths. What does he say? The old wolf, being Rome, is
wounded with jackals all around him.
With 1,000 hungry jackals surrounding him. Nowhere to run.
And as the scripture, through the Spirit, hey, today is no different as tomorrow. All things are the same. I think that's in Hebrews 11.
That's exactly what I was going to say. America's in that same situation. You proud-ass Edomites, the old wolf, you are surrounded by thousands of vicious, hungry mouths. You done fuck everybody over in the world, and the rest of these smaller nations, they don't care about you Edomites, man. They got nuclear power too. Go ahead.
Well, like it says in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, they were Confederate. So originally Esau had to deal with these nations saying, hey, if you take down these Israelites, like it says, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. If you take down these Israelites with me, hey, I'll give you some. But then, like we know, Esau is the ultimate deal breaker. Where every deal that he's made, he's broken. So like the brother said, these nations are tired of it. They're tired of being told one thing, being promised one thing, and then after the end of the deal, they get nothing. They get fucked over. They get Saudi Arabia. They put in democracy. They were promised it was going to be better, and now look at them.
I'm ready to roll over, brother. Oh yeah, I know you was home something, weren't you? Okay, Salat, brother. Salat. Well, whoever's up next, brother. I appreciate it.
Go ahead and grab me first Maccabees 1:8.
Hey, where did you take
off? This is the book of First Maccabees.
What I was saying earlier, man. If all dominion and rule is going to be taken down for the kingdom of heaven to be established, if you're for a different rulership or a different dominion on the planet Earth, then you're against the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. It's just that simple. That doesn't mean that we're going to pick up a sword and we're going to start bashing these places down, because we know that through the prophecy, Yahushai is going to bash them down, man. We know that through the prophecy, Yahweh Shai is going to take the kingdom by force, man. He don't need us, man. Go ahead, brother.
This First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 8. And his servants bear rule, every one in his place. And after his death,
like 8-1.
Oh, 8-1 slots.
Going back, taking another step back, getting into the history of Esau Edom, man, the so-called white people. All right, if you're white in America, odds are you don't know your own history, man. And we're about to tell you what the brother we already been telling you, but we're about to get a little bit deeper on it. Go ahead, brother.
This First Maccabees 8-1. Now Judas had heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them.
Right. Wolf, man. This is the beginning of that. What did Job 9:24 say? The wicked beareth rule.
That's right.
All right. This was. They started off as jump to the one of you brothers grab me First Maccabees 1:1. They started off as the not the Grecians, but before that, what were they called, brother?
The Macedonians.
Yeah, the Macedonians.
And they had basically just invaded that land. They came out of Chetam, where it wasn't very far from Mount Seir, I believe. It was pretty close to their homeland.
So they invaded that land too.
Yeah, Petra.
This is out of the book, First Maccabees 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
Right, the Macedonian. So Alexander, his father, was a Macedonian. Would that not make Alexander a Macedonian?
Right.
Well, he was, but then they went and they turned their name into the Grecians. Go ahead, brother.
Who came out of the land of Kedem, had smitten Darius, king of Persia.
Right, so the beginning of the reign of the so-called white folk, man.
Right.
The so-called Caucasoid. Go ahead, brother. Keep going. That's good on that. So they went from the so they changed their name to the Grecians, and then now out of that same Edomite family, you had Romans springing forth.
That's right. And I just want to throw this in there too, brother. Flavius Josephus, who was, he was known kind of as a sellout nigga anyway. At the end of the Maccabean Wars, he had writings. He documented the whole thing.
He was a historian.
But the Romans didn't kill him. But at the end of his life, he admitted, because he took on, their culture or whatever, and became a Roman and all that bullshit, But at the end of his life, in his writings, he says that modern day Jewry is Esau Edom. He admitted that the Romans and the Grecians were the modern day Edomites. So, and that was in also in one of them brothers' books. That's a famous Edomite. I can't remember his, William Beeson, I think. William Beeson. And he used that in his book. Very respected Edomite scholar with all sorts of. So your own fucking people know what's up. You know what I'm saying? He's a doctor, got a doctorate, all these degrees. In Esau's kingdom, he's incredibly intelligent. So he said it too. So what you mean? If you needed to hear from somebody else, if you needed to hear from Esau, he said it already. He knows Esau Edom is the white people.
Go ahead.
And make a league of enmity with all that came unto them, and that they were men of great valor. And it was told him also of their wars and noble acts.
Yeah, because they were men of great valor, man. They were blessed with the sword, their wars and their noble acts. Because at this time in history, man, the Most High was giving the kingdom of the planet Earth into the hands of Esau Edom, into the hands of our oppressors, man. So what Judas sought to do was to seek peace with these men, was to seek peace with Rome. So just like you had the Grecians and the Romans rising up against each other, both Edomite families, just like today, man, you have the Americans and the Russians. And this is going to lead to the end of Esau Edom, man. Just like back then, it led to their end.
And you know what's funny, brother? That you say that at the end of their kingdom, when Caesar was taking the Grecian islands and Egypt, actually, he invaded Egypt. He went to Alexander's tomb, and he's the reason why Ptolemy, like the 5th or the 6th, a son, the one who was the brother to Cleopatra, he killed him, and they was brothering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there ain't no mercy with Esau, man. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah, just so you will.
It was told him also of their wars and noble acts, which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute.
That's right, man. This is what Esau does. They take the planet Earth, they bring all under tributary into them, man. How many garrisons does the United States military have, man?
Over 900.
Over 900 garrisons. Meaning they have, in different countries that are not their own, they have different military bases set up, man.
Which is occupation.
And then they tax them.
And the whole point of that taxation is because Esau is the spirit, has the spirit of Cain, and is cursed that he cannot grow anything in the field.
No.
There's nothing that Esau does that prospers. No. So he has to take everybody else's work. So that's why they set up a garrison. It's just to show a force.
So they can keep strong arming y'all.
That's all they got. They got a sword.
Yep.
Esau can't farm.
And when you buck their system,
you don't have the patience either.
Now you're hey, this guy's a terrorist. This guy's doing dirty shit to his people. Right.
Muammar Gaddafi, the reason why he was killed and his sons were killed is because he tried to go away from the American dollar, and he tried to trade oil with a new gold-backed coin that he was making.
Yeah.
The dinar.
The dinar.
That was what he was calling it. Yep. And Esau raised up so fast it put him to death
with a tomahawk,
and sent that whole country into chaos.
So everybody was living good over there, man.
Oh, they was balling in Syria. Or in
Libya.
Yeah, Con.
Go ahead, man.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
That's right, man. The just shall live by their faith. The soul that is lifted up, it ain't right, man. You got something to be proud about. The Most High is going to kill you, man. Pride goes before the destruction, according to the scriptures, man. Just like the Apocrypha says, if not only do I hate you, but I'm offended at your existence, man. The poor man that is proud. We ain't got nothing to be proud about here in America, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by one, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
That's right, man. He enlargeth his... Who is this, man? Is this the so-called Chinese man?
Exactly.
He enlargeth his desire as hell, as destruction, man.
And this is how you know who Esau Edom is. Because you can go all throughout the world and go to a military base. But when you come here, ain't no Russian bases here. No. Ain't no Japanese bases here. Ain't no African bases here in America, man.
And what do you think would happen, like you said earlier, if Russia just came over here and was like,
and started taking states and like, we own this shit.
We like Vermont niggas, so we gonna just put a little base up.
We saw what happened
I like maple syrup.
at the Bay of Pigs. We saw exactly what happened in the Bay of Pigs.
Might want to stay in Maine.
Like as soon as you try to entrench upon the ultimate whore that rides upon the beast, then she wants to pull upon the reins to use the beast.
Not happening.
She's not having it. Just like America goes across the world and takes and takes and takes, kills and kills and rapes and rapes.
Oh, that reminds me of.
But if you dare try to do anything to America, shame on you. And we're gonna bring the hammer down.
That shows you Esau is a cancer, man. Because he spread over here to the west, and he spread back out to the east, and he has bases all over the earth, man.
And I still don't have enough,
man. You see?
And there it is right there.
I got
their clutches reach the four corners of the planet Earth, man.
I got you, bro.
Flip around, show the NATO.
Oh, he did.
So
he did.
Habakkuk,
Got it.
That's NATO.
Yep.
I mean, that's all it is.
Habakkuk 2 and 5, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
And is as death, man. So somebody fits this description.
He a cancer, man.
And who is it? Going back to Job 9 and 24, the wicked beareth rule.
Yep.
It's the so-called white man, man. The cancer of the universe, which must be purged, man. There's a great chemotherapy coming in the form of thermonuclear missiles, man.
That's right.
The Edomites.
And it's great that you say chemotherapy, because chemotherapy destroys healthy cells too.
Yeah.
You 2/3 are gonna catch it too. Although you are
yourself to
you are the saints. You are saints, but you're gonna be.
But you're gonna burn. You need to catch that judgment.
Oh, what that scripture say? All who are found joined unto him shall be thrust through.
Yep.
Talking about
hand be in hand.
Yep.
Con, that's why the Lord tells you to flee from a man in that time. You don't want to be next to him. You someone to catch a judgment.
Shit, time to go.
Never trust that enemy.
I don't know you. You knew the old me, man. You don't know the new me.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
Yeah, man, there ain't no satisfying Esau Edom, man. He's gonna, what it say in the book of Obadiah? You have a thief will go and take what he needs, but that's it.
Come on, what's that
but
word?
Esau's taking it all, man. And he still won't be satisfied. He's destroyed the planet Earth, and he still ain't fucking satisfied, man. So now he's trying to populate space.
Hey, he the Grinch, bro. The Grinch took everything. He took all the bulbs off the tree. He took the Christmas balls. He took the goddamn roast beef.
and he still wasn't satisfied at the end.
That nigga took everything. That nigga took the ice cubes.
And he was still pissed. He's like, I'm still mad, man.
Took the whole goddamn, took the ice trays and everything. Goddamn, Rich.
And that's why we're gonna take you, man. That's why it's gonna turn around on your head.
That's how we're gonna take things.
Habakkuk 2:5. But goddamn, Rich. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
Right, against Esau Edom. Against this individual who is as death. If not the so-called white man, then where and who is he?
And they taught him proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Right. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, man. Everything the so-called white man has today, he's stolen it, man.
Who was doing
it?
It
wasn't his.
Bro.
He took it.
Like Killmonger said when he was looking at the artifacts in Black Panther.
Bro, the fact that they even fixed their mouth to say that shit is offensive.
Well, they're trying to say that the Bible's theirs.
These motherfuckers talking about, we need a border up on our southern walls. Nigga, you don't belong here.
There's a border for you.
You Edomites don't belong here. Nigga, where's your green card, man?
But look at this.
Well, my forefathers took this land fair and
But the
square.
other nations, they get to come here and bullshit. You know, the other nations get to come here and own liquor stores and shit in our neighborhood and make money.
She chose up. She chose up on all of them.
Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and they taught him proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. That's right. How long? And to him that later
how long?
I was about to. That's why I looked up. Like, Lord, please,
take it, man.
please.
How long are these Edomites going to be allowed to pollute the universe and still live, man? How long are they going to be able to oppress the planet Earth in its entirety, man? It's not only the 12 tribes of Israel. It's not only the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. But they're oppressing everything, man. That's why the goddamn grasshoppers are oppressed, man.
That's why you have the bee is almost extinct. This is why you have whales jumping up on land, man.
Yeah, they just found a wasp that was declared extinct. It was about this big. This Edomite went and put it in a jar to go prove that he had it. This nigga couldn't have snapped a picture.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, since we're in Colorado,
you know that one's probably dead too now.
Since we're in Colorado, Buffalo Bill, he literally almost hunted a species to extinction just because of the hatred he had for the so-called North American.
And he knew that Gag's way of life was
built
with the buffalo.
Off the buffalo. So he said, if I can destroy the buffalo, I can destroy you.
And what did they dedicate after this, man? They dedicated a whole goddamn mountain for him over here, man.
A shrine.
And they have a whole museum of pictures and history of him, man.
Science, yeah. I had a little bit more. Habakkuk 2:6.
You gonna say something, man?
No. I was just gonna say, man, shit, in South Dakota, there's actually a county named after Custer, which is that'll make you mad, man.
Shit, if you want to,
like you mentioned,
look at Mount Rushmore.
Do anything, man. They got a fucking Columbus Day.
Columbus Day. Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's wild.
A day dedicated to a mass fucking murderer, man.
Yeah. Thanks. Then he got Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
It just never ends. All the celebrations that JP taking part in of their own goddamn destruction.
I need my turkey.
I need my day off.
But you don't see no goddamn Adolf Hitler Day.
No, I'm saying.
Once Esau starts getting pointed at, they put that thing to rest real quick.
That's
man.
when they start deflecting.
Yep.
They start being like, nah, look at what these other people do.
That's why Esau's starting to shoot up mosques, because Esau's starting to feel the pressure, man. You so-called white people know that your time is through, man.
That's right.
And they're tired of hearing that they're the issue.
They are the issue.
So it's Zach. So they're just going to become the issue.
Hey,
they're
that's
just tired. They're like, you know what? We're tired of
14.
putting on a good face. We're just going to be our true evil selves.
Come on, man. How fucked up does the world have to be for an animal that lives in the ocean to be like, fuck it, an animal?
I'm gonna beach myself,
fuck, man, fuck this shit, and dive on land.
It's suffocating itself too, because it's not breathing for
that's a slow thing for death for that animal, man.
But it said, I'd rather die like this than live in this.
That just shows you how out of order the world is for animals.
And Esau's so backwards and twisted. 5 Edomites run to the beach like, let's put it back in.
To die from his natural habitat onto land. You see? He don't even belong on land, man.
Just so that you stupid ass people can walk around.
And that just shows you, man. Animals committing suicide, man.
That's all they want to do. That's all these fucking niggas want to do anyway.
I just had like one sentence left. Habakkuk 2:6. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That damn debt, 22 million in count. 22 trillion in count. Shit, it's probably 23.
It's actually 400.
And
400 trillion. Because you gotta account for inflation on that number.
Didn't they acknowledge basically that they'll never be able to pay that debt? They all the wealth in the world couldn't pay that debt.
And Jake dumbass out here, they talking about reparations. These niggas got all happy. These motherfuckers can't even pay their debt. How they gonna pay you reparations?
They can't pay their debt.
all you niggas out here, like Apostle Devon said, if they gave a million to 50 million Jakes, that's 50 trillion dollars. They can't even pay 24 trillion. Shit.
Right. So they can't.
You niggas ain't getting no reparations, man. They tell y'all that shit so y'all can go vote. Oh yeah, nigga, about to get no reparation checks, nigga. Buy me a truck of Newports.
That's what they do.
They
should probably.
Jake be hype off that shit. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna get that check. And I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna buy a Hennessy factory. Yeah. I'm gonna buy stock in Hennessy.
I'm jumping on board with Swisher, nigga.
Nigga, I'm about to endorse Swisher.
That dumb ass nigga soldier boy thing. I'm endorse my Swisher. I ain't got to buy Swishers again. I'm endorse my Swisher. Nigga, shut the fuck up.
It'd be like those niggas off of what is it? Norbit. Tittinopolis.
That's all I have.
Go ahead. This is out of Lamentations.
Hold that 8.
4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Right, man. You seen the cup, you seen judgment hit all these nations, man. And now Esau's getting ready to catch his, man. That cup is gonna pass right up from your mouth. Go ahead, brother. You might have won the Alamo. You might have been able to put all these different nations in pants and defeminize all the men. But the cup is about to pass to your hand, man. That's why you see all these Edomites committing suicide. Go ahead, brother.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
I got it, baby.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished.
Right, man. He's been being exposed. You're starting to see that little pinky winky, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, I got a little bit more.
O daughter of Zion!
And that goes into 2 Thessalonians, man. That the devil will be, roughly paraphrasing, what is the devil will be
revealed in his time.
Revealed in his time, Con.
What is it? Revelation 16:16 says the devil shall show himself because you know that he had but a short time.
12.
Oh, Con 12:12.
Yeah, Esau knows his time is short. He do. Basic ass you might help though.
So what you seeing these prophecies come to pass just by seeing us out here, man.
Yeah. We were fulfilling.
When we was talking about that?
Ezekiel 37 right here, man.
Them niggas is dead, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody's choosing. Nobody's choosing that.
Ezekiel 37 in live action right here, man.
That's right, man. We part of the Most High's vengeance by doing His will, man.
Hey, you know what it is.
Having that same mind state, that makes us one with the Most High and Yahweh Shai. That's why it says he was as one, meaning they had the same mind frame. Don't mean they was the same being. They was on the same accord.
Same vibration.
The Most High, Yahweh Shai, and his men, they're all on the same, hey, We in the same line, man. We going the same direction.
It shows the power of the spirit.
Straight as the gate, narrows the way, man.
Even like Ezekiel.
Make it get a single fine line.
Like
if
Ezekiel,
we're all over the place, we ain't gonna make it.
Like Ezekiel, the Most High makes everything in a perfect order, man. That's why, you know, in Ezekiel when he breaks down how they fly them chariots, man, how the angels fly them chariots, is wherever the angel wants to go, man, the chariot goes.
That's why the jets can't keep up with it. That's why these pilots being the jets about to break their fucking necks, man.
Oh yeah, they can't
look at chariots, man.
Trying to fix it.
Because you got the thing, man. You can control the fan with your body. That's how it's moving. It's moving just like
you said chariot.
You really don't even gotta look.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going left.
Go ahead.
I'm going right.
And then you just do it. Blink 1 minute and it's gone.
Matter of fact, I think that's one of
the G4 simulator.
God.
The man's not in this flesh. You're not supposed to go that fast, so the chariots is gonna automatically shit on him. You see, when the G-force simulator, and the higher the G's, the heavier your body gets. So that you have to change your breathing. They
It's
can't
sort of
fuck with
like
Mosai.
dropping deep into deep water.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe
it's the pressure. You get up to like 1,200 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah, you just flat.
Did you hear that dude on the bus? I don't know if he's an Edomite or not, but he was looking out here, and then he stood up and went sit like in the back. But he said like to the brothers, you know, just in general, said it. Y'all should be on every street corner. And then he just sat the fuck down and the bus took over. I was looking at him, so I heard him say it.
But just like that brother was saying about it's a lot, bro.
I was saying it might have been a Jake.
Yeah, it might have been.
And just like the brother was saying about the G-force, man, if you ever been in a fast sports car, your ass hit that thing and it started getting up, your ass is stuck to the seat. So imagine how much more a fucking jet.
I was gonna say when you take off on
the chariots.
that takeoff is a G-force.
Oh, you have Trons? You can't fucking move out of that thing.
Pull that one out. Yeah, pull that one out.
Swing in a bucket with water.
You're right.
The second court don't work.
Yep. It says, the punishments of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
That's right, man. And that's what we're nearing. That's what the nation of Israel as a whole, man, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, our punishment is accomplished, man. It will no longer carry us into captivity. This is our comfort, knowing that you so-called white folks are going to die and be put into slavery and then just completely extinct. And we're going to enjoy the fruits of heaven, man. Imagine waking up and that is the kingdom of heaven right there, man.
That's right.
Waking up smelling some fresh air. You don't smell that nasty, man. The Edomites smell like sewage and bologna, man.
Wet and shit, and they walk around smelling like a whole pack of bologna. I never understood that shit. Like, why you smell like raw pork or something?
And it goes back to Malachi 1 and 4 because we don't just say we hate Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, because of their physical characteristics. They're spiritually the wicked. We don't like wickedness. We're righteous beings. They have to go. There's no place for the wicked once the righteous kingdom is established. So they're going to serve out their punishment, which is righteous.
Yo, this
and then
suspect is fucked.
It's like there will be no need for Shaitan.
None.
He's still gonna be in order, but he gonna be in
But he's gonna be in Esau. He ain't gonna be chilling.
He ain't gonna be sipping.
Oh, no,
remember we was talking about a while back. If Esau was alive in the kingdom, man, you would have a little pocket of Edomites back in the corner, being homos, eating abominable food, doing the same. That's why they have to be exterminated.
And they're going to be doing that in the kingdom. We're going to have to correct them.
Well, look at the Garden of Eden. And Genesis, man.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. Edomites cannot exist with righteousness, man, because they are made to be the wicked.
They
That's
are.
what you people not understanding, man. You so-called white people are made to do the shit you do.
I mean, just think about it, man.
You can't help it.
If you got, say, you got like a specific rod that you whoop your kids with or something, you know, a paddle, whatever it may be. But if your kids are perfect, you ain't gonna need it, man.
Ain't no need to use
So what's the point to have it?
Right. Because you people, you Edomites are made to go off, man. You are made to go against the Most High.
Like the brother just said, man. My grandmother for a long time, she's like, my grandmother for a long time had a strap, like a leather strap. It was a belt,
I remember
essentially. But after a while, it was just, after so many ass whoopings, there wasn't much of it left. It was like this long. And if she had whooped all the kids,
served its purpose.
Right. But when it came out,
Generations
you
did that
always
shit.
knew, like, damn, we're about to get our asses whooped.
That's a generational
Kind, like the brother just said. But you know what? She don't use it no more. But it's just, you know, she got old and she got kids. She used that to whoop everybody.
If the Most High says Esau Edom is the born of wickedness, that means whatever whatever Esau is, it's going to be wickedness there. So if Esau can make it into the kingdom, it would be wickedness in the kingdom.
And they would be plotting to throw down
And that's the same reason 2/3 can't come. Because we going to have niggas smoking blunts in the kingdom. So,
fucking other niggas with it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, say too, you got to look at the book of Genesis in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
You know, that serpent being Esau, man.
Right.
Fucking damn defiled Eve, man.
That's right.
Yeah. He will visit then in the equity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Grab that, and then I want you to grab that Habakkuk 2 again about he is death. To just nail that home, man, because we'll let the scriptures do the talking on that topic. Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgments was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Yeah, man. Everybody's taking a part in this cup, man. He's going to take part in the judgment of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. There ain't no nation that's exempt from it, man. Even Israel's going to catch it, man. But the elect of Israel will not. Go ahead, brother. And that's why there had to be a sacrifice. That's why there had to be Hamashiach. Go ahead.
Those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Right.
Right.
Who do you think you are to go unpunished, man?
Right. The people he hates.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He hates you motherfuckers. He said it out of his own. The most I said it out of his own mouth.
Several times.
That's what I'm saying.
Prepared you to spit multiple times.
He's giving you enough rope to hang yourself with. That's
You
all it
niggas
is.
have hanged yourself twice.
He's about to
Hang yourself twice.
about a scorpion in your ass.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Get over here. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation.
Hey, that's right, man. What does Habakkuk 2 and 3 say? I have devised a wickedness against his people from which they shall not move their neck. Right. So there ain't no way Esau's getting away from it, man. You ain't sneaking in through the back door. You can't. You ain't gonna.
Not coming into the kingdom.
You ain't gonna Hail Mary your way to forgiveness. No. All right. Go ahead, brother.
You're not gonna enjoy the kingdom. You're not gonna, man. These motherfuckers are dumb, man.
No, it ain't gonna make no difference, man.
Jeremiah 49:13. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation.
Right, he swore it, man. He didn't just promise it, he swore it.
I knew one of y'all.
Go ahead, brother.
I knew it. That's why I didn't do it.
That Basra shall become a desolation,
I knew one of those.
a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
So what you're hearing, man, is the future of the so-called white race. Destroyed. Gone. Go ahead, brother, because there ain't going to be no need for them in the kingdom of heaven, man. There can't be peace with the devil on earth, man. Go ahead and grab that 2 and 6.
We gotta start calling them black.
But I want them to know. I want them to know they're being talked to.
No, con.
Because the brothers on the camera, they know what we're saying.
No, I'm saying that's one of their deceptions is calling themselves white, making themselves to be the pure ones, and calling the Israelites, the true pure ones, black.
That's just,
they turned everything upside
down.
That's just for them to keep that deception up for the 2/3.
Because if the 2/3 are eating it up.
We know you motherfuckers are the wicked. We know that you are the true black people, man. Void of light. You see? We are the true white people, man.
The illuminated ones.
You see?
Okay, go ahead. I want to get on this topic of death, okay? Of the bringer of death, of us no longer needing Esau, man.
We're not gonna die.
Go ahead, brother.
Habakkuk 2.
6.
5. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Right, and is as death, man. So, who fits that description, man? If not Esau, Edom, if not the so-called white man, then who? This is let's hear about that death, man. 1 Corinthians 15 and 26. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. If one of you brothers want to grab Revelation 21 and 4. And I'm gonna just jump forward, man, to the 55th verse. Oh death, where is thy sting? Oh grave, where is thy victory? Because it's gonna be gone, man.
Ain't no such thing as death anyway, man.
Yo, it says, verse 56. The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. Right, and that's why they do all that they can to get you to take that sting of death, man. They get you to sin against the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation 21:4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain.
So sorrow is going to be wiped from our eyes, man. There ain't going to be death because there ain't going to be Esau. There ain't going to be sorrow because there ain't going to be sin. So when Esau is done, man, this is what we're going to be given. Go ahead and grab 22 and 5.
This is Revelation 22, verse 5. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun. For the Master, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, giveth them light.
That's right, man. Wisdom is going to be instilled within the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Wisdom is going to be instilled within the kingdom of heaven. Okay, because all righteousness will be established perfectly in balance, man.
Stop choosing.
Go ahead. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Esau don't.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Read that again. Read that again.
Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob.
Why is it a remnant and why are they escaped? Because it's in that day, man. Great death is coming upon the planet Earth, America, man, and America. It says blood is going to be up into the horse's bridle. All right, there ain't no Christian rapture coming. You ain't going to be hearing lullabies and violins.
That's about 5'8".
And all kind of naked Edomites floating away. But there's going to be death, man. Go ahead.
And such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. Talking about we're not going to be dependent on Esau, man. We turn it back to our power. Oh, let me finish. But they shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
That just shows you right there why we call Martin Luther Queen Martin Luther Queen.
Martin Luther King.
Verse 21.
What does he say in Django? What is the dude's name?
Which one?
Uncle Tom.
Oh, Calvin.
Yeah, that's young Steve.
There ain't gonna be no Stevies at this point, man.
You stay right there, Stevie, bro. Right where you belong.
And that's the spirit that you
Who's
read
that nigga on that neck?
that Northern Kingdom chick walked by and she was with an Edomite. She's looking over here like, I know I'm with him, but one of y'all throw a claim at me.
Please, somebody save me. I see you walking with the enemy, Chota.
Are you gonna sleep with a woman that she's smashed by a dog?
Esau so mad he started walking away from her.
Go ahead.
He was like, he was mad. He was mad as fuck.
Isaiah 10 and 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power.
That's right, man. The remnant. They're going to show up, man. And that's what you see manifesting itself right here, man. That's going back to Ezekiel 37.
That's going with. Those are the ones who are going to have the tears right from their eyes, man. The remnant, man.
Crying for the abominations done.
Eventually, the 2/3 is going to be born in the kingdom, and that's going to be them having the tears right from their eyes. But only the remnant is going to receive that first, man. See, because we took heed, man. We scared. You know what I'm saying?
Most high call,
like I said all the time, I don't want to feel that fire, man. I don't want to take part in the judgment of Edomites, man. I don't want to be part of that, man.
That's why you be separate, man.
All they that are found.
Thrust through with the sword. Found with thee.
Verse 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return.
Going to the elect. 33.3%.
So though they be at the sand of the sea, only a remnant's gonna return, man. So niggas are gonna nig, man. They're gonna continue in their folly until Shiloh, just like we were getting earlier, man, about Noah.
Man.
Just like we were getting earlier about Noah, man.
She knows.
They kept messing around with Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man. You're gonna die right along with them, man. That's your cover, your man. But they kept messing around until that flood actually came and those doors closed, man. All right, and that's the same with the 2/3, man. You just had a perfect example, man. She's gonna continue doing this until Esau has no power, man. But then it's gonna be too late. The missile's gonna come down. That's gonna be the best nuts you ever had, and you know that's damn true after messing with Esau.
I got this quick something. Since I literally just watched 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And ultimately, she's an Israelite. So she's going to be delivered, but Esau ain't going to be saved through an Israelite woman.
She's going to remember this day, too.
Your salvation is not through a tear. That's why I said let the wheat and the tear grow up together, but once they're fully grown, separate the wheat from the tear, and then burn up the tares. So you Edomites that think that you're going to put your seed in a Jake woman, like Antipater did with an Ishmaelite, and then his son did with the Jake woman, and then try to pull one over on the Most High. The Most High sees all. He put that thought in your head to do that, just to show you that it's not of the flesh, it's of the spirit.
Isaiah 10 and 22. This goes exactly what he just read, bro. Isaiah 10 and 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. That's 2/3 of Israel being cut off, man.
Yeah, 1%
That consumption decreed is 2/3 of Israel being cut the fuck off, man. Because they refuse to turn back, man. Because you got bitches who want to be with these goddamn crackers. That's going to be your death, man. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And if you're found joined unto them, all that are found joined unto them shall be thrust through. So that bitch walking down the street with a goddamn Edomite, she gonna be thrust through, man.
Literally walking down the street with hand in hand with death.
Yeah.
So all Esau brings is death.
And the thing is, when shit pop off, if she's still with that nigga, he probably gonna sell her ass for a can of beans, man.
If you don't kill her first out of frustration, it's nigger's fault. You're the reason why Trump pushed the button.
Hey man, bitches like that forget that man used to rape her.
Right.
Used to come and grab them from their husbands and rape them. In front of their husbands, man. And if their husbands bucked up, man, the Edomite slave owners, masters, would come fuck the husband, man. On the buck breaking. So fuck you, Esau, man. You finna perish.
Hey, that's
man.
right. Go ahead, just read a couple more verses. I don't think anybody thought it would be this cold.
But that's all you know. See, and these Edomites think that it's all conspiracy. The harp is real. Like the brother said, nobody planned for it to be this cold today, and out of nowhere it just gets cold like this.
And the thing is, it was
they're trying to discourage the flesh, but this is of the spirit.
The Lord kept me warm except for my hands. All right.
Anything done against the truth is done for the truth. But this is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 3. And what they had done in the country of Spain.
Right.
So Spain existed way back then.
And this was Esau conquering Spain, man. This is the Romans conquering Spain. Go ahead.
For the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there, and that by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them. And if I may say, like the brother brought out Game of Thrones, a lot of times Esau didn't take over a place with the sword, he did it with his tongue too, that forked tongue. He would go in with trickery and then cause other brothers to fight and then come in and sneak in and take over the power suit.
Also by his laws.
And like I said, by the policies and by his patience, he would wait for you to destroy yourself, and then he'd just slide and say, "Oh yeah, I'm the one that's next. I got next." So Esau not only was blessed with the sword, but he was blessed with deceit, with the silver forked tongue. Like it says, his words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart was war.
Drawn swords.
though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them, and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them the tribute every year.
Right. So after they conquered them, man, they made them continue to give them tribute every year. All right, this is what the so-called white man does, man.
So they can do that.
Go ahead.
Hey, the Most High gonna kill y'all niggas, man.
That's right.
First Maccabees 8 and 5. Beside this, how they had discomfited in battle Philip and Perseus, king of the Kittims, with others that lifted up themselves against them and had overcome them. How also Antiochus, the great king of Asia, that came against them in battle. That's two pronunciations. But Antiochus would be the Greek. How also Antiochus, the great king of Asia, that came against them in battle, having 120 elephants, with horsemen and chariots, and a very great army, was discomfited by them.
So they were establishing their rule, man. Esau was blessed by the sword, and so he used it. Go ahead.
And how they took him alive and covenanted that he, such as reigned after him, should pay a great tribute and give hostages in that which was agreed upon. In the country of India and Media and Lydia and the goodliest countries which they took of him and gave to King Eumenes. Moreover, how the Grecians had determined to come and destroy them.
So this is where Esau began to be in their complete state of power, man.
They start taking everything.
Who does this fit, man? Go ahead,
Oh, it's the Arabs, right?
I'm glad I wouldn't.
And that they, having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captains, and fighting with them slew many of them, and carried away captives their wives and their children, and spoiled them, and took possession of their lands.
Carried away captives, their wives and their children.
Deuteronomy 28.
Spoiled them. All right. Yeah. What does it tell you? Is that the book of Habakkuk? That they take a boy
for a harlot,
and
gave a daughter for one.
Fucking sodomites, man. And then it's a wonder you see them walking
hand
by
in
hand in hand. Man.
Big, hairy, grown-ass men.
What do you think they were doing to us, man? When they had us
trying to be as feminine as possible.
He saw fuck animals, man.
Punch you, bro.
Well, that's why Job said, I would not suffer them to lay with my dogs.
Nigga just like
Joel, I got you. Joel chapter 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Right, cast lots. I mean, I'm taking the big one. I'm taking the little one. Go ahead,
and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot.
Right, and given a boy for a harlot, man. This is what the so-called white man has done. All right, fucking faggots, man. Sodomites. It's a wonder why they spread it across the four corners of the planet Earth.
So it could be okay.
Yeah, Moab, you looking too, because you followed right in it, man.
Go ahead.
If I might say, Moab and Ammon, they have special places in their countries where you can specifically cross-dress. You go there specifically to cross-dress.
And they celebrate that shit.
And they have festivals for that shit. So it's not just Esau. That's what the Most High said. You drunk of the cup, you got to take of the dregs too.
Go ahead.
Habakkuk, Joel 3 and 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Right, sold a girl for wine, man. This is what we were to them.
And
all right.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom.
I was just about to say Goodbye Uncle Tom.
If you ever seen the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom, it's scenes in there when they got Edomites taking the Jake boys, man, paying them in gold and silver to sell unto the goddamn Edomite masters, man.
And you have the Edomite saying, "Oh, that's a fine specimen. Look at him."
You know what I'm saying?
Like literally Googling over a boy.
If you brothers ain't never seen Goodbye Uncle Tom, man, go watch that movie, man. It give you a good insight of what was going on to our people when we first was brought here to this land, man.
It don't don't have the spirit on you of hatred for these Edomites, you'll for damn sure have it after watching that movie.
And it still won't be to the effect that the Most High wants us to have it.
And Esau still ain't telling the whole truth.
Exactly.
And that's the light version.
That's the light version. I was about to say that. Just like Spartacus was the light version of what was going on in Rome then. Right. A good Uncle Tom is the light version of what was going on during the time when the Southern Kingdom was brought over here. Let's not forget that the so-called Native Americans and Hispanics,
they went through that.
They was in slavery too. Yeah. Way before the so-called Negroes, Haitians, and so-called Jamaicans.
And they were being shipped back and forth many on the Queen Anne. Yeah, the Royal Queen Anne actually had what's like on their documents, on their dossier or so, their cargo list that they were taking jakes from the Americas, all right, the so-called Northern Kingdom, over to Seville, Spain.
Spain is widely, not really widely known, but it's the reverse slave capital.
The reverse slave capital of the world was Seville, Spain. So you had brothers from the Americas going to Seville, Spain, and in a lot of cases you had jakes, Southern and Northern Kingdom on those ships together at the same time.
Even in the movie 1492, when they showed Cristobal Colon come over here, right? They showed him trying to befriending the so-called natives. So in the movie, they went over there to find gold or whatever, and when they went back, they had so-called natives with them. Right. But it wasn't the way they depicted it in the movie, man. Right. It was worse. It wasn't like that, man.
And then also to reiterate the fact that the Apocrypha is real, there's a scene in that movie where he asks how he found the Americas. And he says Ezra was a Jew.
He wrote of
how they got there, you know, of how the Northern Kingdom got to America.
To the Americas. And, you know, just to further on the point, they knew, Solomon knew about America. He
sent his navy.
They were coming to get the wood from the Americas.
And the turkeys.
And the gold.
Right.
Yeah, it shows they had a series on Netflix, The Borgias.
Yeah.
And on there's a point where they bring a Northern Kingdom brother over and bring him up to the Pope, and this dude is covered in so many goddamn chains, man. He can barely move. And the man can bow before him.
And they forced him down too. Back in 1 Maccabees chapter 8, verse 10, and that they, having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captain. Or so like I read that. Verse 11, it was told him besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and idols that at any time resisted them.
Right, all other kingdoms and idols, man. And so what idol did they set up now that it was their turn? Grab that
He gonna drown us.
Was this right here, man? This is the idol that they set up when it was their turn. All right.
Because around this time, like the elder Apostle Gabar brings out, this is the so-called Christ they were speaking. Serapis Christians. They were calling it's created by Ptolemy the First. They were calling worshippers of Serapis Christians. That's why it said they began to call them Christians in Antioch, going back to Antiochus.
Say that one more time, brother. Who did that? Ptolemy?
Ptolemy the First.
Ptolemy was a general who was given Egypt by Alexander.
So then what happened after Rome's time, man? Boom.
A reincarnation of the same spirit, which is an Edomite spirit. They're trying to bring back Edomite supremacy under the new image, which was an old image just revised.
Why does the color matter? If the color didn't matter, you
wouldn't have put that up. You would have put up what the true image as it's depicted,
or just nothing,
or nothing.
Zoomed out.
Get a couple more.
Verse 12. But with their friends and such as relied upon them, they kept amity, and that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, insomuch as all that heard of their name were afraid of them. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they would.
Whoever Esau wanted to, they would be the king, man. Just like what was going on in Venezuela.
Oh,
hey, this ain't the president.
No, it's this guy.
This is your president.
Khan.
Go ahead.
Because I say so.
The guy, it's this guy. Or Saddam. Hey, Saddam introduced.
These other niggas your leader, yeah.
And whom again they would, they displace.
Right. You ain't the king because I heard
Step
you was
down.
talking shit about us.
Step down.
I heard you were talking shit about Esau.
I heard you was gonna send your oil over there to Russia. Hell no, nigga. You ain't
Nah,
pressing
no,
no
you ain't.
up. That's all that happened. That's all
Russia's
that
like,
happened.
hey, Russia's like, back the fuck up.
It's
Back
all
the
up
fuck
now.
up.
You heard about the Russian Su-27s intercepting a U.S. spy plane?
Yep.
Con.
And it just goes to show you, America still thinks that they're slick. They're trying to spy on Russia when Russia already told you we have planes that can fly higher than yours. We have fighter jets that can fly higher than your spy planes. So we're ready.
Oh, Russia's so ready.
Hey, man. Let's go.
They like, yeah, they like, Pooh, do something.
Do something, man.
Finally, that they were greatly exalted. Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple.
Right. This is the beginning of your American democracy, man. They didn't have no king over them. All right. None of them wore a crown or none of them were clothed in purple.
They
Go
didn't
ahead.
have the robes. To be magnified thereby.
Go ahead.
Moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house.
Right, a Senate house, similar to what you have in America, and it looks just like a Roman architecture, man.
Because it is.
That goes back to, I can't remember what chapter Daniel is. He said he came up, he was diverse from all the creatures. He was diverse from all the beasts.
Yep.
Because all the kings before that had kings. You see? All the empires before that had kings. Then the Roman Empire came.
His one was over here. It's okay, honey. They're just neat.
All the empires before the Roman Empire had kings. Then when the Roman Empire was established, they had the Senate. You see?
And 1 Maccabees 8:15. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting a way for the people.
There's your democracy.
To the end they might be well ordered.
That's why that's why that beast was so diverse from his other fellows.
Because you had a small group of Edomites speaking for the entire nation, no matter what nationality you were. You could have been a Judite, you could have been an Edomite, you could have been an
That's
Elamite.
why you have, like today, like the brother said, you know, it'll be time to vote. You're voting all the different people in and out of house.
But your vote don't mean
we better get our reparation check now.
You ain't getting
We just got a Jacob here. This dude, they have a new dude. I forgot. He's running. Yeah, and he's saying that he's gonna pay everybody $1,000 a month. Every American man is gonna over the age of like 18 is gonna get $1,000 a month.
That's witchcraft right there.
Oh yeah, he's deep on that bullshit.
Drugs.
Just get like
verse.
To Sway Lee, I know.
He said he out of sight. You can't see him apparently.
Verse
Apparently that
16.
nigga visible.
And that they committed their government to one man every year. What does that sound like?
Fucking presidency.
Right now it's your Donald Trump.
We got the Senate, we got the president.
And now, my bad. And now they do all that shit. They just figureheads now because the Rothschilds run this bitch.
Con.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But it's the same spirit.
The same shit.
Like you said.
Even back then.
In the dark room.
It was still the money. The money ruled over the land. Because who financed all the wars?
Like you said,
it wasn't the Senate.
These individuals here,
just like
are your dark room confederacy that's making decisions for all the nations, man.
My answer about is give me control over a nation's money. I can care less who writes the law. And at the end of the day, when war break off, who you got to go to? You got to go to the man who owns money.
You go to the lawmakers.
Yes, right?
And the Rothschilds,
they follow that same fucking formula, man.
And like the brothers mentioned it, the Rothschilds have funded both sides of conflicts throughout history.
Yeah, it's a bet.
Yeah. They don't give
Either way, the family makes
from
money.
From the Napoleonic Wars, just all the way through time. Through Vietnam, they supplied both sides. They're still gifted. The U.S. or Chile and the U.S., the CIA was selling weapons to Iraq.
Hey, man, if you want to see that shit in action, go watch American Made.
Come.
Oh shit! Damn!
He saw like, ooh.
I almost had it.
That's how close he saw us to falling. That's what it is. That's just the sign.
Finish it off.
That's how much the earth is gonna wobble.
Carl, you're gonna see.
That's the spirit.
That was the spirit.
Finish it off. 1 Maccabees 8:16. Who ruled over all their country and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. In considering
this is when Esau was in power, boy. What did Abraham Lincoln? There's a big old billboard of him quoting the book of Matthew. Nation divided cannot stand. They weren't divided at this time, man.
Oh, this is one.
Yep, they were all in one accord, man. And so all this division shows you the mark of the end of Esau Edom's kingdom.
And like this brother said, that whole freeing of the slave shit, they just made everybody slave.
The word emancipation means transferring
power. Right.
All they did was transfer the power from private ownership to public.
God.
They took a slave and said, you are no longer private domain, you are now a part of the public system. And then they included you on your own people.
And Social Security was created after that.
It's a barcode.
So then they were able to
you
tax
can be scanned like a
an unexisting person for the rest of your life.
You will never. You can lose your car keys, your house, your credit card, but you will never lose that social.
No. And you're born into debt.
And you're born into debt, yeah.
Because it costs money.
Costs money.
Esau said this hospital.
The moment your parents sign your name on a birth certificate,
you got a bill,
which everyone does because nobody knows better.
You got your first bill.
You got your child just took your fucking debt on, and you said it was okay that Esau Edom now owned the state.
It's a
the child is. That's why the state will be like, hey, we're fucking taking your kid, because they don't really belong to you. You signed your right over as a parent the moment you wrote your name down on that piece of paper. So fuck up, and your kid will be gone. The state will come take your kid. Belongs to the government now.
Verse 17, in consideration of these things, Judas chose Eupolemus, the son of John, the son of Achaz, and Jason, the son of Eleazar, and sent them to Rome to make a league of amity and confederacy with them, and to entreat them that they would take the yoke from them, for they saw that the kingdom of the Grecians did oppress Israel with servitude.
Hey, when they're saying Grecians is speaking on Esau Edom, not the Japhetic original Greeks.
Not the Etruscans.
So you see the vanity within our people, man. I mean, Judas did what he had to do. But I mean, you look at it, without Yahweh, man, our only remedy would be Esau, man. Our only remedy would be death itself. All right, so that's why it's truly beautiful and merciful to see the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Because truly we should all be dead, man. Just like the brother Isaiah said, you see a display of Yahushai's body in the flesh after they pierced it. Man, that's us, man. That's us that took part in that. Okay, rather or not, it was our forefathers that actually committed the atrocity. But even the disciples that were there, man, that sacrifice wouldn't have been made if it wasn't for your old wicked ass 2/3 Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. So get your ass up, and just like the book of Baruch says, so we fell. Now that we're picked back up, seek the truth 10 times more, man. Seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash 10 times more.
That's right.
All right, but you brothers got anything else?
Nah, brother.
Go ahead, brother.
With that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Abagabal.
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 Oh, nice.
It's the homie.
It's a homie.
It's all good.
Hey, sometimes places get to you though.
You going in, bro.
I mean, we have two right now.
Y'all got the waterproof garments? I got the
tap dancing.
I
like to talk about
turn it off.
Man,
I
just press the little X.
I know it's right here, right? Or just the X?
I actually know. I was gonna say.
I don't think it's
my
reacting.
favorite would be